to The Executive's View, the sports podcast where the stakes are high and the debates are fierce. Please welcome your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, alongside co-host Barry DeVille Jordan. Each week, we bring you into the boardroom where the elite minds of sports converge. From the gridiron strategies to the business behind the ball, we tackle the hard-hitting questions and give you an insider's perspective. So pull up a chair and join us at the table where champions are made and legends are born. This is The Executive's View. Let's get down to business.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Executive's View. I'm your host, Aaron Sirius Simmons, and this is The View from on top, man. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with us on a Tuesday night. I do appreciate that. You guys know how I get down. If you see the show, share the show. We're all over the place, man. We on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok. We're doing big things and big places. Definitely will take everybody along for the journey. I don't do this by myself. I got a slew of brothers that are sitting here ready to chop it up and talk about everything around the world of sports. The homie villains in the building. What's going on, my guy? How we doing, sir?
Well, what's going on, everybody? What's up?
You know, he is under the weather, so he's a little bit subdued, man. So we're gonna give him a pass tonight. Not to mention our Yankees are not doing too well at the moment. The homie Larry's in the building. What's going on, my man? How we doing, sir?
Yo, what it do, fellas? Man, like I said, we down here in Houston, man. What it do?
What it do, man?
Tuesday night, we about to get it. We about to get it going, get it popping.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a crazy show, man. Brian, breaking news, Hughes is back in the building. What's going on, sir? How we doing today?
What is good, fellas, man? It is another Tuesday night. I'm ready to chop it up. I'm ready to talk sports, talk baseball, playoffs, talk football, NCAA, NFL. There's a lot of topics out there, man. I can't wait to get into all of them.
Yeah, man, we're going to try our best to give everybody an a la carte type of feel on tonight's episode, man. Coach is in the building. What's going on, Coach? How we doing, sir?
Well, you know, when the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling.
He a pimp by blood, not.
Let
me stop, man. Don't start singing hope on the show. You know how that does to me. But anyway, man, thanks for coming by.
Hold on, hang on. He was quoting Biggie, not Hope.
I know.
Okay, let's be clear.
Okay. Back up. What did the Red Sox get Chapman? I missed that whole ordeal.
They got him in it. Yeah, they got him like kind of like one of those like post deadline joints. Yeah. And he's been nails for them too.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah,
right when they started winning like crazy.
That whole ordeal. But anyway, I know what my mind is at, man. The MLB playoffs have started. We had a couple games in the books, man. Talk to me, man. Where's your head at, Barry, man? You don't want to talk about the Yankees yet, but that's cool, man. We had another game this afternoon, man, that was just as good, man. Talk to me.
No, the first two games lived up to the hype. I mean, when you got aces going for your team like Screwball, I mean, he was unbelievable. Really, you know, I said it before we got on the air. That game came down to the first inning. Really was, you know, the error that led to that unearned run, and the Tigers never really looked back. I mean, it was a close game. Both pitchers pitched really well, but play oofs. He's got play oofs. It was two really good pitchers really going at it. You know, I said in my video that I posted on socials that, you know, I wouldn't be surprised really if the Tigers eked it out, just because it's a short series. They got Screwball for one game, but you know, it kind of went the way I thought it would be, but I still think the Guardians will take that series. And same with the Cubbies, Suzuki with the monster hit to get that home run, you know, really to get, you know, the Cubs weren't doing much of anything in that game, and then once he got that home run, it really lifted the whole team, and the bullpen really carried them to the victory. So good for both teams. The Yankees really making this thing interesting right now. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention, but I'm really not paying attention.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
yeah.
two really
I
good
mean,
games to start.
right now, bottom of
Serious
the ninth.
Bases juiced.
basis juice. Two really good games to start. Close games. Playoff baseball is here. I love it, man. With my teams in it or not, it's just I love playoff baseball.
It's crazy you mentioned that. You know what I'm saying? Like the casual. And I throw this around here in a minute. The casuals um tend to check in right about now. Or
Hmm.
and so it's a good time in the sports calendar, man. We got the MLB playoffs here. Basketball is about to kick off. We had media day and all that sort of stuff. Signing that just took place before we came on the air. Seth is
Hmm.
joining the Warriors. So we'll talk about all that.
Hockey too, man. Hockey too.
Hockey's coming on, man. So this is a great time for sports.
What
Um,
is it? What is this series? Sports Equinox.
a
Sports
sports
Equinox.
equinox. Sports
No,
equinox.
not quite.
Yeah.
Not
No,
quite.
no.
So the definition
Well,
of a sports equinox is the one day where
All
like
of them.
all
oh,
of
the
them are
sports.
playing at
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. But we're approaching that, right?
We're getting close. Yeah, we're getting the equinox is right around the corner. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay,
Sorry
hold on a
if
second.
I was misunderstood. I actually was. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pay attention to the game.
Yeah, right, right. Larry, talk to me, man. We had some games this afternoon, and this game is about to get interesting here.
Mm.
Bottom of the ninth, and Mister October is in the batters box, so it's
you
gonna be fun.
Mm.
mean Mr. October is doing Mr. October stuff?
Well, I mean, Juan Carlos, he hits the ball 9 times out of time here. Now, Judge is sitting on second, so
Yeah.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is school ball.
yeah, yeah.
School ball. Man, that dude pitched his ass off today, bro. Like, dude, it was like I said, it was a good game, man. Like I
They
said,
all did.
I caught most of that game. I didn't catch too much of the Cubs game, but dude, dude, that game was tooth and nail. So I'm glad that playoff baseball is here. I'm not gonna speak of that team that resides somewhere that was formerly known as the juice box. But yeah, playoff baseball is here, bro, and I'm gonna watch it regardless of who playing.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love to see a good game. Definitely pitchers do. Definitely a great pitchers do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very interesting time of year, man. Playoff baseball is here. Breaking news, talk to me, man. I know you haven't sniffed this type of baseball with your squad, but I mean you're a sport guy, so you kind of understand what we're talking about here.
Well, we got a championship. We got a championship, so we could at least say that. But no, you know what? It really was like it's funny because when you get to playoff baseball, it's really all about clutch hitting and pitching. And Barry kind of alluded to this a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and tag on because everybody's going to talk about the Guardians and Tigers, Ball, and the
Mhm,
amazing performance. And I think he had 13 or 14 strikeouts. But like, I want to hit on San Diego and Chicago because
mhm,
even though San Diego ends up losing that game, I want to say Pavetta. I want to say he had a no hitter before Suzuki, either a one hitter or a no hitter before Suzuki hits that home run, and then Kelly back to back hits another home run. So, I mean, literally all. If you look at all four pitchers that have went today before the nightcap game, I'm just saying, if you look at the Padres, the Cubs, the Guardians, and Detroit, all the pitchers pitched great. Really came down to just getting a few clutch hits when it was needed, and I'm really eager to see what's going to come of the Cincinnati LA Dodgers game, and obviously everybody in here is really eager to see what's going to happen between Boston and the Yankees.
Well, I mean, you're talking about pitchers, man. The starting pitchers in this game, Boston and New York pitched to Jim.
Yes.
We were talking about in the green room. So so salute to those guys, man. Coach, talk to me, man. I'm thinking back to your video you made, spring training, man. Kind of running it back here, man. Playoff baseball is here, man. Talk to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's great because I've been a proponent of the Cubs all year. I think I was a year early on them last year, but then to see them in the postseason this year is great. It was a great game, a great atmosphere as always because you can always tell. It's like it's funny you talk about the casuals. It's just like we watch baseball all year round, and it's kind of like you have the dog days of summer and stuff like that. But man, I think baseball. I think the only other sport that comes close is hockey, whereas like the intensity gets turned up so much more in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
agreed, coach.
Hockey's the only sport where it's more of a difference between this is postseason baseball and this is regular season baseball. You
Yeah,
can feel it, you can see it. It's different. It's just us who watch it all the time. It's like it's easy for us to see the difference, and you can feel it, and in everything. Just you're dying, you're living it down on every pitch, every swing, every little thing like that. Not being able to turn that double play could be the end all be all. Whereas like if that happens in the middle of July, oh well, we lost a total tonight. And it's just but to speak on just the games today. Look, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's like we have been very pro screwball on this show all season. We gave him a Cy Young like an All Star break,
Mhm.
and he has done nothing to say otherwise. Um, this Guardians team just I, I don't know what to say about him. It's just like again, it was right there for them. They're just scrappy. It seems like a team that it looked like they were giving up on the season. They just refused to go away. And the fact that the Tigers are in this position is ridiculous. Like we keep it at a buck here. You swarm to the league, and it's just the fact that it's come to this is crazy. But big ups on the Tigers for winning today. This is why you have a guy like this. These short series, when you have the best pitch, like this is why these short
Mhm.
series are catered to like who has the best pitcher.
Mhm.
Because you can in this short series, if you can lock down a game with your guy then it makes it hard for the other team because it's like, okay, in this short series, we got a game in our pocket, and so that was a great game. Like I said, Cubs Padres. I like the Padres actually. Um, it was a tough one today, but I like the forward in this series. I mean, and then I think we're gonna get a really good game tonight in LA. You talk about a team that's like doing nothing with nothing. The Reds are just they're look, I don't want to say smoke and mirrors, but it's like the Reds are just they're finding creative ways to win baseball games. They're just going out there. They don't have any pitcher who has over 200 strikeouts. They don't have any batter who's like hitting a bunch of home runs. They don't have anybody. They just got a bunch of good baseball players. They just got a bunch of good guys going out there and winning baseball games. They don't have anything like just like astronomical, anything like it's fun to watch because this Reds team reminds me of like the Rays teams a couple years ago, where it's just like, look, man, we got a couple of good guys. We don't really got anybody great, but like we're finding ways to get the timely hitting and clutch pitching, and that's what wins baseball games this time of year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens out in LA later tonight because like I'm actually looking forward to that game because the Reds, we know the Dodgers are. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. But like the
Mhm.
Reds are just like Larry, boxing guys, styles make fights. And this is
Yep.
something where it's like the Reds are weird enough, pesky enough to kind of make this uncomfortable for the Dodgers tonight. So interested to see how this goes moving forward.
Like a little gnats, man. You just keep swatting
Mm,
at them.
yep.
You don't call them nuts, man.
They
You
are. They
won't do that.
pesky. You know, you're that gnat be in your face. You're like, go away,
Yeah.
go away. And he's still just
One,
sitting around on your face or something. Like, yeah, bro. They like little pesky gnats.
one,
Fought
one
their
thing,
way all the way
one thing
back
I
into
have
the
to,
playoffs.
one thing I have to do. One thing I have to do. I serious. Allow those me for this. God rest his dad. I miss my dad every day, and I would be remiss to not go crazy on his Mets.
Yo,
How
Oh
can we
dare
boy.
talk
you
about that for a
not
minute?
miss?
God, dog, that
How
is
dare
that
you,
is
Ugh.
boy?
wild.
I was
I
gonna
mean,
not mention him out of respect. So I wasn't gonna mention him out of respect.
coach, I appreciate it, but like the spirits would talk. My dad was just in my spirit, and like he said, just go ahead, Just talk. They Met fans. I don't make fun of them. I used to be one when I was a young kid. When it's up until 8 years old. Um, you know what I mean? Like I don't hate the Mets. I don't hate the organization. I don't hate their fans. I feel bad for them. Like like it's just an abusive relationship. It really is. Like we all make fun of like teams that like you have no idea what an abusive relationship is like unless you've been a Mets fan. It prepares you to be in a bad marriage or something like that. Like it's bad, and you can't quit. You can't leave them. You don't want to. Like
It's
how
like
are you
CK's
the
Jets.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's pick your poison. It's like how did you have the best record in baseball and not make the playoffs?
you forget how to play baseball. Like I sat
Yeah,
Dude.
there, I sat there and watched a little bit of the Mets. Oh, that's gone. Oh,
a
that's
hundred
gone.
mile an hour fastball
Oh, that's
inside the
gone.
turn is
Shohei Otani, that was disrespectful. Anyway,
uh, listen,
um,
serious. 100 mile an hour fastball in the inside corner. He turned on it and put it in the seats. That's ridiculous.
He
Like
hates baseballs. The things that he
yeah,
does to baseballs, he
that's
hates
ridiculous.
the baseball. Like,
375 feet.
yeah,
Yeah,
That's
but
insane.
but coach, like they were they were what 21, 22 games above 500,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they imploded.
yeah, they were
Like
like 45-24 or something like that at one point. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
45-24 on I was just looking
yeah,
it up on June 12th.
yeah,
They had the best
yeah, and
record in the MLB, and then over the remainder of the season, they went 38-55. The worst record of any team in the league over that period.
yeah.
but
Rockies included. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
it's an
Hmm.
expanded playoff, and they had a chance to still make the playoffs if they beat the Marlins. They didn't do it.
Nah,
It's
They didn't do
yeah,
it.
hey,
it's
the worst part about
They
it is the
lost,
day
they
that they got
lost,
eliminated, Alonzo says he's not coming back.
I
he said
posted that
he
in the
yeah,
chat. I
he
posted
Yeah,
that
he
in the
was.
chat, man.
he said
Bro,
I'll go to the Bronx. Like how you just
yeah,
get
but
eliminated? I'll play for the Yankees. Mm.
because they want to win. I mean, come on, man.
It's abusive.
Let's
It's
keep
an
it
abusive
100.
relationship.
Like, yes, we would prefer that you wait a little bit, but let's keep it a buck, man. Like, they want to leave because anyone who's worth their weight in salt knows that the Mets are not going to win a championship.
No,
They spent more money. Think about this. The Mets that we know, like the last year or two, they have spent more money in the last year or two on talent than they had probably in the previous 10 years.
pause,
And they
pause,
still
pause.
and they
You
still
said you
missed.
said you said talent. Back that up. They spent more money on players. I don't know if they got
Okay,
their money's worth. That's the
fine,
problem.
Barry, fine. But my point being is they spent more money than they have in the past, and they still have nothing to show for it.
Yeah,
Listen, the diehard Met fans are going to point to injuries. I know they had a lot of injuries, but listen, there's a lot of teams in the playoffs right now that can also claim that, and they made it.
they had no
So,
starting pitching going into
right,
the season, and they
right,
didn't address it at the deadline with all the money that they spent. They got people
absolutely.
that came there, spent over $1 billion, and it has equated to nothing. They still
That's
have
what I'm saying.
that's
They
the problem.
they mismanaged the money that was spent. It needed
You
to
know,
be spent in a different way, and it wasn't.
it's been over 30 years, probably longer, since the Mets. I don't even know if the Mets have ever made the playoffs back-to-back seasons. Do you know
Yeah, I
that?
don't know.
I have to
Maybe
check.
Yeah,
85,
I have to check. I don't know
85,
if they did.
86 or 89,
Maybe.
89,
Yeah,
90. Oh, hold on.
yeah. Like the last time the Mets made
yeah. That's
back-to-back.
something that's easy to look up. So while you guys are looking it up, I just want to mention, like, you know what? This might not even be the worst Mets collapse. Okay.
No, it's
I
it's just
re-
it's just par for the course.
I remember it had to be maybe 10, 15 years ago, where it's like there was 5 games left in the season. All the Mets had to do is win one game,
I remember
and they
that.
went and they lost all 5.
Hmm
Yeah.
They
99 and
took
2000, boys, was the last time
No,
that they went to the playoffs back to back
2015,
years.
2016 was the last time. Um, but yeah, I think there was one even. I don't know if it was even worse when Tom Glavine was pitching for him. That was an epic collapse too in September. It was a September collapse. It wasn't over a longer span, like Brian's talking about. It was over a month. But I mean, you have one job to do. You have one job to do: beat the
I
Marlins.
remember we talked about it. We
Yeah,
talked about it.
and the and the Marlins are diabolical because they held back Sandy one game to pitch the opener against the Mets in that last series and got the win, and that started that whole cycle. Like
And
that's how much the Marlins hated the Mets. And and the last thing I'll say is I think we said it serious when Soho signed with the Mets, we were kind of pissed. But when the Yankees made that move a couple of days later and got Max Fried, we were like, you know what?
Mhm.
Money well spent because all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
money they dumped on the Mets, the Yankees got a couple players,
yeah,
and
yeah,
look at where we are now.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
all about spending the right money. The Mets spend
yeah,
money. I think we've always said this. The Mets will spend money, but spending the right money. It's like it's just it's fan service. It's like, look, Uncle Steve breaks out the checkbook, like, oh, look at me, look, I'm spending so much money. Aren't you guys happy? Look, I'm spending so much money, and it's like, but it's not the right money. It's like the Yankees
it's
spent the right money.
right.
So
It's like bringing in names as opposed to players. Like kind of like you said, Barry. It's like you bring in a guy that's past their prime. You bring in a guy that's like good for ticket sales. But like as you guys know, I'm that casual fan you were talking about. But like I'm pretty sure the Mets had the highest payroll in baseball this year, right?
They did.
Like I'm not. That's
No,
not delusional, right?
Who?
second highest.
Okay.
Second highest?
So
Oh wow.
so
Yeah.
I'm just thinking to myself,
But
you spent
even still,
all that money.
breaking news. Look at it like this, right? They spent, I think it was 330-ish million. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
Three
you're
hundred
good.
million, but with the luxury tax, it's a $500 million.
Right, but I'm saying you spent all that money to essentially over the last 90 games, right, win 38 of them. Like, I
my man.
mean, what? Like,
You file for that. You file for that.
Oh man.
yeah, it's
Oh,
like
man.
I don't
Right,
know, man.
right.
I'm in
You
shock.
remember the Mets fan that was in the crowd that just did the thumbs down? Like,
Yeah,
that's not what
I'm gonna
That,
I'm gonna
that
find it
that
real
that was
quick.
just
I'm gonna
that
find it
was
real
just
quick.
like
it's like Gladiator. You're just like,
he wasn't yelling, he wasn't screaming, just
yeah.
I found him. I found him. Give me a second. I'll pull it here in a minute.
yeah, diabolical. I mean, oh man, like I feel bad. I feel bad for him, and it's like Soho, you're stuck on that contract. We knew you were going to be stuck on that contract. Everybody looked at me like I was being a hateful Yankee
Yankee
fan.
fan.
Like,
Yeah.
no, man, like, dude, that's too much. That's too much money, and it's just not going to get any better.
and,
Like,
and, and I'll
I
say this, and
mean,
then this is my last thought on this whole thing. It's like, look, okay, if I was to win the Powerball, Mega Million, whatever like that tomorrow, you know what I wouldn't do? I wouldn't buy a Ferrari. You know why? I don't know how to drive a stick shift. So why would I spend $500,000 on a car I can't drive? Okay,
mhm.
the Mets spend money on cars that don't drive.
Yeah,
That they can't drive. So it's like a car. Like, okay, here it is. I just bought this brand new Bentley. It doesn't have a steering wheel. Like,
It looks great in
yeah.
your driveway, though.
mhm.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
man, what
I'm
a
sorry, fans. You know I love. But like honestly, like last thing I'll say is like it's like Monopoly, Brian. Like you can spend all the money you want on the properties, but if you're not doing it in a strategic way, like Coach says, it's worthless. And that's kind of what the Mets they got all this Monopoly money, and we're gonna spend money just to spend because now we can outspend the Yankees. Okay, that's great. How's that working out for you? Like
Right.
don't spend money just to spend more than the Yankees. Like we
Do
beat
you
you.
guys do you guys feel like because I'm asking because as you know I'm more the casual fan when it comes to baseball. I feel like the Soto contract was completely and utterly a representation that he wanted to be the highest paid player and Shohei had just got 700 million. But I feel like what they didn't take into consideration was the fact that Shohei number one plays two positions at an elite level and really affects the game way more than one did, even if they hit similarly.
but the
Like, do
thing
you guys
is,
feel like that?
not
Mm-mm.
really because Shohei Ohtani hasn't pitched, and Shohei Ohtani his greatness is measured in his duality. We all know he could pitch. We all know we just seen him hit a moon ball out the
Right,
stadium.
right, right, right.
And so I don't think that had to do anything. I think that the Mets felt as though they had to get the number above New York. I think that was really the only competition in the building. I didn't think he was ever going to go.
I think it was the Dodgers too, because the
I think
Dodgers they was writing blank checks too.
I don't think he wanted to go to I don't think he wanted to go to the Dodgers. I don't think he wanted to go to Boston. I think it was a 2-man race. I honestly felt it was a 2-man race. And once the Mets got that number over what the Yankees were offering him, then he was like, you know what, F it. I'll just, drive the hour across town and chill. You know what I'm saying? But
but if he could have got that same number, if he'd have got that same number from LA, I don't think LA was going to, like we say, pay the $5. I don't think LA was going to do that.
Yeah,
he didn't like the West Coast when he was out there with the Pirates. He did not he did not like the West Coast. So I don't think any of those teams would have been in play. But it's like it was about it was about beating the Yankees. That's what it was about. It was about ha, we took your guy. We don't care. Yeah, we overpaid. It's like ha, Yankees, blah blah blah. We run New York, blah blah blah. And it's like that's what it was about.
I think that's why the Mets made that number. But I'm saying if the Dodgers would have made that number, I think Soto would have been to the Dodgers, even if he didn't like the West Coast.
I don't think he would have.
I don't think he would have.
Yeah. I think he was just using the Dodgers as leverage versus
you trying to say
Yankees and Mets.
Maybe I'm just being the ass like that, but you trying to say that if you Soto, you would not rather go hit between Freeman and Ohtani?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. Because
I would.
I think he wanted.
Check this out. You had the opportunity to hit between Juan Carlos Stanton and Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge, exactly. Yeah. It wasn't about that. Yeah.
I get what y'all saying, but you know how it is when Judge, you may not get him in the playoffs. And you may not
that's irrelevant.
Juan Soto was not thinking about that. I guarantee you, Juan Soto was not thinking one iota about that. About Aaron Judge's October performance. He wasn't thinking about that.
You saw the picture around him, bro.
You rub it in their face by winning championships.
Wow,
that would have given his best opportunity.
That would have. But like, I mean,
the money outweighed it.
Again, it was a 2-man race. I mean, I heard you trying to play devil's advocate here, Larry. But like at the end of the day, it was a 2-man race, and we all saw that he didn't want to be, on the West Coast. He didn't, he liked it a little bit when he was,
I don't think that, dude. I just think the Dodgers wasn't going to have two $700 million players on the roster.
Then why didn't he push the envelope to stay in San Diego?
Because I'm just telling you, dude, the Dodgers was not fit to pay two $700 million players, bro.
So you had to. So let me get this straight, okay? Your argument is invalid because your argument was they don't want to pay the $700 player, and you also said the fact that batting the West.
Yeah, that's what you said. They're not going to pay two $700 million players, bro. That's what it came down to. They'll pay one.
Got pretty deep pockets, dude.
It's not like they can't afford it.
Yeah, like they have pretty deep pockets.
They can. I just think, like I said, I think that they upped the number because the number in New York was really about the same money.
It was maybe what?
Yeah.
It was $3,000 difference.
No, it was like a couple million off. If I remember.
And a free suite. We forgot about that.
The best thing that happened to the Yankees is that he turned it down. Because I don't think they wanted to pay him either. But I think they had to please the fan base. They had to offer the contract. Like I really feel like they didn't want to do it.
If you would have took the offer the Yankees gave him, we would have been cool with it.
Yeah, and we would have been cool with it.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead. I mean, all I was gonna say is for the brief moment thereafter, after the deal was signed, you and I, and other Yankee fans were a little bit ticked off that he went, cross town. But after the dust settled and 24 to 48 hours later, we making moves and doing what we need to do. I was like, okay, well, we'll see what happens come September, and he'll be said September.
We pivoted right away. We got Fried, we got Bellinger, and we're like, okay, all right, cool.
Yeah,
we're good.
Yeah. So, with that being said, we are going to pivot really quickly. Get off of baseball, man. We had a epic weekend in football. that I want to talk to you guys about, man. Normally I throw this around, but I'm still ticked off about what took place Saturday night. I'm not gonna hold you, man. As a Penn
You mean
State,
your number one pick, Drew Allen, did not win the game?
no, he did
Or
not.
your coach
Or
Franklin
something?
didn't win a big game.
No, he did. They did not win the game that they should have won.
You mean the Penn State lost against another top 10 team? Is that what you're
Sure
trying to tell us?
did. That sure did. Sure
Oh
did.
man, what a miracle!
Let,
This
I
happened.
know,
let the
right?
man cook,
Crazy.
man. Let the man
Crazy.
cook.
Crazy.
No, we just had to highlight it. Listen,
Yeah, man.
because our boys
Hey.
lost.
I'm catching heat from a squad that lost to UVA in the manner in which they did. Y'all shut the hell up.
Hey, there is no shame. There is no shame
Hey.
because better teams. Look, you think you can go into Scott Stadium on a Friday night and think everything's sweet. The Seminoles found that out. Okay,
Hey.
get up off my who's. I told y'all at the beginning of the season. I
You
told
did
y'all.
say that. You
I
did say
told
that.
y'all.
And for
You
what it's
said-
worth, man, I still think his feet were in bounds. I'm just saying.
Nah,
They can say whatever they want.
No, they were.
I think it was.
Brian, he had the feet, but he didn't have control.
He didn't have
of
possession of the ball.
yet.
No, he had
That
the
was the
hand,
problem.
and then the last foot he turned sideways. It looked like it was parallel with the line. I think he was in.
I had to be honest.
That was some
Brian.
home cooking, man. That was some home cooking.
I had to be honest. I didn't feel like he had control of the ball when that last foot was in. I have to be honest.
No, that's good. I'm just saying it was a close game. Could have went either way.
Hey,
It was a very close game either way. But back to what I was saying before I got interrupted by some dumbass Florida State fan. I'm pissed off, to be painfully honest with you. At some point,
you have to win a close game.
We have to win these damn games. We have to win them. For all the good that James Franklin does, for all the recruiting and all that sort of stuff, first and foremost, for our offense to wake the hell up in the middle of the fourth quarter and not be seen throughout the duration of that ball game is inexcusable. Our defense kept us in the game. And I understand this is a three-facet, situation: offense, defense, special teams, and everything like that. But for Penn State to be the number 3 team in the country in your building in the middle of a damn whiteout, for you not to show up until the middle of the fourth quarter is inexcusable. We were lucky to be in that ball game because at the end of the day, Oregon did whatever they want, however they want it, and we just had to sit there and just take it up the pooper chute. And we took that. We had nobody to be in that ball game, but hell, we were in that ball game. Our defense showed up, got the stop on the 2-point conversion. The very next play, this dude throws the pick. Reminds me of what he did last year, twice, versus Notre Dame and against Ohio State. At some point, again, I love Drew Allen. He's going to go out there and make a ton of money for he and his family. He's going to go out there the rest of the year. We may lose one more game to Ohio State because we can't seem to beat Ohio State, but we're going to lose one more game, get in the playoffs, see whatever happens. Whatever happens. But at the end of the day, Drew Allen has to get it in his freaking head. Throw the ball to the team that looks like you. You can throw up and down the field. Again, I praised him in my video, man. We're not in that ball game late in that fourth quarter without Drew Allen. The runs on fourth down, the throw the raws, the way he managed the game late in that fourth quarter to get us into overtime. We're not there without him. But that's only half the battle, my guy. You have to finish the damn job. And he continually refuses to finish the job. And I'm supposed to sit here as a Penn State fan and be cool with Drew Allen leading the bunch. I'm supposed to be sitting here as a Penn State fan and be like, you know what? Well, we lost one game. It was against Oregon early on. No, bro. We win that ball game. We solidify our place at the top of college football. I don't understand how in the world we're still at 7 right now.
Me neither. Because you were 3.
Over 6.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I agree with Sirius.
I don't care, bro. Like, again, we're 3-1. We beat Popcorn University and Little Sisters of the Poor University. Whatever the case may be. But when we level up in competition, when we level up against teams that are equal or better or could be better than us, we fail. I had the same discussion with Lamar Jackson, and we'll talk about them later. But when Penn State levels up, we can't seem to get it done. No matter how good the side of the ball plays, no matter how good Franklin may or may not coach, we can never seem to get it done. And I'm to the point now. Again, we talk about being in a battle relationship with the Mets. I'm to the point now where I just expect us to lose these ball games.
Now, can I come in here real quick and just ask you this? Now, can you, as a Penn State fan, admit that your boys didn't look the best up until this game?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so this was, and a very nice man made a video last week about this game. Um, this was their first real test, and this was Oregon's first real test too. And Oregon, they ran the ball and then they defended the run for the most part. And this is what you have to do in that environment. And they went out there and they did it. And it just seems like, yeah, for a small pocket of time there, it seemed like, okay, Penn State starting to move the ball a little bit, starting to get it cooking, and then yeah, that just another back breaking interception by Drew. And it's just like, good grief, man. It's like, I mean, I feel like Franklin reminds me of a guy who used to coach my team, Mac Brown. Now, again, Mac Brown would recruit like crazy. Texas was always in contention for titles, stuff like that, but he just couldn't win the big game. He was always going up to Dallas, losing to Oklahoma, always losing to somebody else, like losing a ball game, doing this, doing that, and then finally, this angel from Harlem, Clark, Texas, drops down in Austin named Vince Young. Okay, hopefully one day you guys will get your angel. And then because it all was forgiven with Mac Brown, but it took a championship, and it took Vince Young, one of the like greatest college football players of all time, to do that. And it's just like I feel like Franklin gets a lot of grief, undeservedly so, but the grief that he does get is deserved
It's
too.
deserved.
You know.
It's deserved. It's deserved, man. You can't. You can't be the number 3 ranked team in the country and not show up. You can't coach the way you coach. You can't call. And again, I understand the opponents are on scholarships and they got
Mhm.
scouts and players too. So you got to tip your cap to them. But I'm sitting there watching that game like, yo, they're not even trying, bro. Like Drew Allar's throwing YOLO balls. Like Oregon has a rookie, a redshirt freshman quarterback looking like he a 5-year vet back there, just throwing the ball across his body. Defense looked sleep at the wheel. And again, it's only by the grace of God that we were in that ball game late, in order to get us into overtime. It's just I'm annoyed, man. But let's run it around the room, man. College, weekend came and gone. Villain, Larry, if you want to talk FSU, be my guest. If you could spin it around and talk to me, what else is on your mind, bro?
No, I'll start, then I'll let Larry clean up. Like, listen, that Florida State game, we talked about it in the chat, and for the people that didn't get a chance to be in our chat because you're not allowed, it was a trap game. Me and Larry were talking about it. It was definitely a trap game. It's a tough environment. Listen, I thought that Virginia was going to be a tough battle for us, but I thought we'd get the win. It came down to the overtime. It was a really good game. My kids thought I was going crazy. And they was like, "Is wrestling still on?" No, Daddy's watching Florida State. I had I had to do the split screen joint. So it was a good game. It was a tough loss. You couldn't stop the run. Florida State couldn't stop the run. That's what killed them. Quarterback design runs, and then the running backs, poor tackling. So that kind of spelled their doom. The offense was able to do what they wanted, but it got going late and really get it going. So that was that. But really, the one thing I want to highlight, and then I'll let you guys take it. Can we have a discussion about Kirby Smart? Like, does he lose more big games than he wins? Like, he wins. He's got a couple championships. Don't get me wrong. He's got the pedigree, but it seems like when there's a big game,
It's
especially
just
if it's
Alabama, though.
It's
yeah,
Bama. It's
like
Bama. It's
it's a
Bama.
Bama thing, right? It's a Bama. Okay,
Mhm.
all right. So that's
So,
what
yeah, it's
I
a
want to be
Bama thing.
fair. I want to be fair. You know what I mean? Like, he's lost some games that he shouldn't have lost to, but like when it's Alabama, he can beat everybody but Alabama.
Mhm.
That's
Mhm.
kind of like I don't know. That's just me, but like, and no disrespect to Kirby Smart. He's a great coach. He's got his chips. He's one of the better college coaches. But yeah, I guess to me, I was gonna put it against everybody. He doesn't win. He loses more big games than he wins, but he loses more big Alabama games. And he
Yeah,
shouldn't lose. He shouldn't lose.
it's
That's
it's Alabama. I mean, Kirby Smart has beat the brakes off of
Yeah,
pretty much everybody.
yeah,
Um,
but,
and route
but
to
to
his
that point,
championships, whatever.
right? So it's like the game when you're supposed to beat Alabama, he never does.
True,
No, no. Mm-mm.
true,
yeah.
true. I
No,
mean,
you
yeah,
guys, you guys hit the nail on the head. He's got the second highest winning percentage versus top 25 teams, but he's something like 1-7 versus Alabama.
mhm.
And they just got his number. I mean, literally, they just have his number. Because, like, I mean, I'm sure you guys watch it. I feel like that game could have been way worse than it was.
Mhm.
Mhm.
It was close. It was closer. It was closer in score than it was actually on the field.
No, it wasn't
Like
that close.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but I'm saying
Hmm.
it was very decisive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Hmm.
some of those games you watch, like even I'll talk about it in a second, but like even like the Illinois USC game, like on paper, it looks close, 34-32. Illinois should have won by 3 scores.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't even close.
Yeah, they
So
were
some of
clearly the
those
better team.
games,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like some of these teams you see the dominance, like you see the dominance too. Like watch, go back and watch some tape in the trenches, like the offensive and defensive line and how they reestablish the line of scrimmage. Like that's the biggest determiner, in my opinion, when you look at big time games. Like as a running back, if you can run 4 or 5 yards before you ever get touched, like you've built up a head of steam and you're running downhill, like that makes all the world. That makes all the difference in the world. You know what I mean? And kudos to Alabama, man. They played their ass off. Offensive, defensive line played phenomenal.
Yep. Give him credit.
Yeah,
Give him credit.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of that, Larry, talk to me, man. Where's your head at with this weekend, man? If you want to, double tap on Florida State, if you want to spin it
Man, I
around,
went
man.
Barry. I'm gonna put it like this, bro. We spotted them 14 points. It was a trap game, bro. Like
Yep.
real talk. Like Florida State could move the ball against them, and they moved the ball against us.
Mhm.
But if we wouldn't have spotted them that 14 point, we win by 7,
Yep.
bro. Like
That's
I
true.
said, dude, It was a trap game. We'll take it. We'll put it in the rear view. We got Miami this weekend. Miami's looking shaky, so we got them at home. So I think we gonna probably pull that upset this weekend. We'll get it back right. You know, I'll go even further with the Alabama thing. I don't know. They got what's his name? Red Boyu in the red the green tablet.
The Bayou
I
Bank.
mean, yeah, man. It's like they got his green tablet. They know everything Kirby Smart gonna do over there. Cause you can watch the game and it's just like Kirby, he's gonna have to the only way he's gonna start beating Alabama, he's gonna have to switch up his game plan all around. Cause it seems like he just keeps coming out with the same game plan and they know what he's doing. And I don't know, maybe they call Nick Saban and Nick Saban said, hey, you do XYZ and you will beat it. So, like I said, hats off to Bama. Y'all talking about what's going on in some of these places, dude. What's going on with LSU? Dude,
You know
like
what? I'm a
They are
from
who they are who we thought they were.
before we go there. I'm gonna have to mute Steve.
Look, 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 look,
look,
look, man. I'm
Steve.
look,
hey.
look. I done gotten way too much trouble talking about LSU, so I plead the fifth on any LSU talk.
Dude,
It's like,
dude,
mm-mm.
look, hey, and if we gonna keep it a buck, dude, Dion pressing the panic button over there.
He
I
has
thought
to,
they had
man.
that game in the bag.
He has
I
to,
thought they
man.
had it.
Neon's in trouble. I mean,
Yeah,
not a saying he's going, lose his job or anything like that, but he's on the verge of losing the season.
yeah,
Um,
and
Oh,
I mean,
who did the coach or Larry say last week? Like he's got to fire the coordinator. Like,
that offense is just not working. Not for the quarterbacks you got. Not for the skill
Well, I
players.
Yeah,
mean,
like I said it. I said it in my video. It's like there are way too many questions on the offensive side of the ball out there for it to be a month into the season where they're still kind of trying to figure out their offensive identity. It's ridiculous.
well,
Running the damn ball. Like they literally Dion, you put all this investment into beefing up the line, like you said. And if you notice, they could run a 7-yard run, rip off a 7-yard
and then they
run. They're
start
gonna
passing the ball.
pass 12
Mhm.
times in a row after that.
Mhm.
They never established the run. But yeah, Dion probably pressing the panic button.
I'm
I'll say this for this season, right? For this week, that really kind of I'm gonna say piss me the hell off. I'm gonna say it like this, y'all. These quarterbacks, bro. No, Nussmeier, not looking that good. Clay Klubnik,
Oh
we don't even
boy.
bring his name up anymore. Drew Aller, man, look, and then we didn't even see Arch last week to even rip on him. But
Hey,
these
he ain't played
quarterbacks,
last week. He ain't played, so he
yeah,
couldn't be bad because he
yeah,
didn't play.
exactly. I'm
yeah.
just saying, we need
This
to
week
keep
we got him.
him.
This week we got him this week.
Yeah, but we get him back this week. So it's like, man, like I need to see these quarterbacks like really, show us what y'all was hyped up to be. But then, I said it in our chat, like Barry said, y'all not privy to a chat. When are we gonna stop with these stupid ass rankings, bro? Like when are we gonna stop with it, bro? Because it's getting to the point where it's getting silly, where you see guys who, like you say, teams that I get it serious. Y'all was number what, 2 or 3, and y'all
Right.
fell a few spots.
Mhm.
But how in the hell did Alabama jump 7 teams off one quality win?
It's Georgia.
One.
It's
They beat
Georgia.
I don't give a
Georgia.
They beat
damn.
Georgia,
Right.
bro.
I don't give a damn, bro. Like I say, because at the end of the season, they go back in and look at these teams and like, oh, well, you beat such and such at this time because they were ranked, and oh, your strength of schedule was better because you played this team at this time. You get in the bowl games and you get your ass whooped because
I
it's
mean,
it's
they dropped
sad, dude.
7 spots. You're right. They went
It's,
from 17 to 10.
yes, bro. And I'm like, dude, they are literally jumping teams that have played quality opponents and they ranking them so high, bro. I don't like it. I don't
Ole
like it
Miss went
because
from 13 to 4.
dude, I still don't like it, bro, because at
How
the end of the day,
how did Florida
you're
but
gonna
State
but the
fall to
problem
18?
listen,
yeah,
the problem with that, Larry, is, and we all know that this is a problem, but you have teams that end up being at the top that like are a paper tiger, right? Like you see
yeah.
them play and you're like, oh, like remember when Illinois was ranked number 9 and then Indiana literally bowled them over? It's like they dropped like 18 spots and then all of a sudden now they win versus top 25 and they only move up 2 spots,
Dude,
right?
I said the
Like
same
they had
thing
a
about Notre
quality
Dame.
win.
Why in the hell were they 0-2 and still ranked?
Right. No, I
Yeah,
agree with you. Listen, you know, just to piggyback off of what you guys said, I'm going to bring up 2 things because I do think there's one team that should be ranked, and I'm gonna throw them out here and give them a little bit of
Memphis.
love. And
Memphis.
I've been picking them, and I agree with you. Actually, Memphis is another one, but I've been picking them to win almost every week. But I think we got to give some love to ASU, dude. I don't know if you guys watch that game because I know it's
They're,
late for you guys,
they're
but
ranked
Sam
25 right
Levitt.
now.
Dude, Sam Levitt is the real deal. Okay, if they are, that's great. Because I looked earlier in the week, I didn't think he was 25. But
Yeah.
listen, that dude is the real deal. And you know, it's funny every week, week in, week out, Dwyer is the number one target. It's like all you got to do is stop Dwyer and you win. And what happens every week?
He goes off.
126 yards and 2 touchdowns. It's like you can't stop the man. It's like literally trip. It's like Calvin Johnson. Like put 3 guys on him and you're gonna win the game. Except for the fact that Sam Levitt's gonna end up running for 50 yards. You know, it's like. They're a very interesting team to play, but I was just going to piggyback off of what you said earlier, Sirius. You mentioned Ohio State's the only other game that you have to play that you're really worried about is being Penn State. I'm gonna tell you right now, maybe not more so because I know Ohio State's a big one, but Indiana's no joke. That's a
No.
team right there that should be ranked in the top 5. That team is no joke, and the other one is Nebraska. Remember, Nebraska's got one loss, and they lost to Michigan. Both of those games are going to be tough games.
Breaking
There's a
news.
lot of
But
really
you
good
know what,
teams.
Brian? You know
Breaking
why?
news.
You know
You know what
why
I'm gonna say?
Indiana does? I'm sorry, guys.
No, I was gonna say this. If I get it, the polls are SEC bias, right?
Right.
Vanderbilt has more quality wins and they rank like 18.
Right, but the difference is Vanderbilt's going to get an opportunity this week.
They
Yeah,
are,
That's
but
what
it's
I'm
I'm just
saying.
saying they
At,
have
at, the,
more quality
at
wins right
some
now.
point, right, over the course of the next 3 to 4 weeks, these teams are going to get an opportunity to show what they can do. Go ahead, Barry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No,
Yeah,
I,
go ahead,
I
bro.
I was just gonna say Indiana would be ranked higher if they didn't get boat raced last year in the bowl game. I think that still
Yeah,
leaves a
yeah, but
little
you
bit of a
can't.
thing.
I
But
mean,
that bias.
they're
Listen,
ranked eighth. They're ranked eighth, and
Yeah, but
we-
I don't
hold on,
feel
so
like they get the respect. You know what I mean?
they,
Like it's
they don't. But the thing is, to breaking news' point, then I'll go back to you. We have Indiana and Nebraska both at home.
hmm
yeah, but Indiana. Listen, the one thing that travels is defense, and their run defense is rock solid. And we've already seen. No offense, Penn State's not exactly an air raid offense. That is
Not
going
not
to
at the
be
moment.
a
No. Yeah.
tough game. That is going
Dude,
to be a tough game. And if you watched Illinois play last week against USC, and they've been playing pretty good ball, uh, Illinois Illinois looked like a very competent offense. Indiana ran them out their own building, like literally beat them by 30. I'm telling you, Indiana is a for real team that's being slept on.
Yeah.
I hope they
American
are.
news. You brought up Air Raid, bro. So I'm just gonna say it, bro. It's gonna be a bare knuckle fight this weekend with Tech and U of H, bro. And that's not even a top
Yeah,
25 or a top 25 team, bro.
I
Mhm.
yeah.
got it on
That
my
that's
list.
that was on
I
my
got it
list
on my
because
list.
like
Yeah,
you
that
know
I got that on my
That's
list too.
good.
Yep.
Houston's 4-0. They're not a bad team. They're not getting any respect. You
They
know
don't
what I
even
mean?
have any votes, bro. That's
Yeah,
how
No,
they're
they
not
build
even. Yeah,
they don't even
they're
have
not
any
even
votes.
ranked, bro. How the hell are
Like
you 4-0
and
They
and
don't
not
like
even
even
have
Larry
any
ranked?
said
votes.
though too, you know who else is getting no respect? Memphis. I mean, they have a
I
they have a quality
think
win
they're
and they
ranked.
got
Memphis is ranked.
no. Oh,
No,
are
no,
they?
no, they're not.
if
No,
it's
they're
not
Oh,
not.
ranked,
sorry.
bro.
Did I
No, they're
just
I was
not.
miss
gonna
it?
say
Or was that?
I looked, I
No,
didn't
you're
see,
right.
and they
They're not. They're
have a
not.
good quality win,
It was
and I believe it was
I
even
BYU.
on the road, right?
Yeah.
I
South
yeah.
Florida's not ranked. Like, come on, bro. Like, dude.
Well, South Florida. I mean, listen, I know they started off like gangbusters, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
I
still.
think you gotta, like the problem is they're when teams lose, like you mentioned, like with Notre Dame, you're 0-2. I don't care if it's against two good opponents. There's enough good teams out there that you got to give way for some of these other teams to be able to move up, right? You want to retake that? Fine, win 8 in a row. But you like it's embarrassing to see a team be 0-2 and still ranked in the top 15. I don't care
Yeah,
if you
but when they
started
go
at
back,
number one.
like I said,
That's
but
my
when they
opinion.
go back and they look at the strength of schedule, they're gonna be like, oh, well, you beat a top 25 team
Right.
that was 0-2.
Right. But you guys know here's the reason why I'm so adamant against it and the reason why I fight so hard against it is because you guys know as well as I do that if you're not in the top 25-ish, you have no shot at really making the playoffs, even if you are an undefeated Memphis, right? Like if they don't give you the respect up front, they're not even gonna look at you. So
No.
these teams need to be looked at, these teams need to be given a shot. And I'm very, very aware, just like a couple of years ago, I don't remember who it was, but some team, it was a smaller school team, they were like undefeated, and then they played like TCU and lost like 50-0. But the point is, they still need to be given a shot, right? Because for
Yep.
every blowout, remember, there's a Boise State Liberty play. Like,
Mhm.
there's always going to be an opportunity for some of these small school teams to knock off bigger school teams. And the other thing that's not really thought about is the money that's given out in these playoffs. And the small school teams need it way more than the big teams do.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you, Coach. You've been kind of quiet over the past couple minutes, man. Talk to me, man. Where's your head at with all this?
Oh no, man, y'all got y'all I just been enjoying the conversation. Um, guys, Sam Pittman got fired over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The Arkansas athletic department as a whole is run by Tyson, the chicken company. So I'm interested to see what they do because they got, they sold a lot of chicken down there in Arkansas. So I'm interested to see that that can potentially be a very good job that is now open because it's like Arkansas, they have the resources. They're in the SEC. They have access to this fertile recruiting ground with Texas and Louisiana, and they're around, Mississippi. It's like that's a very interesting job for if they get the right person in there, not Bobby Petrino. Um, but if they get the right person in there, as a Texas guy, it pains me to say that like that Arkansas job is very, very tempting. It could end up being a really good job if you get the right guy in there. Um, and other something else that pains me, you talk about let's talk about something. Let's talk about Texas A&M. Um,
Yeah, good call.
um,
Quality wins. Quality wins.
quality wins, great quarterback play, ridiculous defense, just outright nasty defense. As much as like it I might have to go get some Pepto Bismol. It sickens me to my stomach how good this Aggie team is, and they're a team that they're going to be here because they can run the ball, they can defend the run, they're explosive, they can score from anywhere on the field. And man, like this is a team that is going to be right in the thick of it, and you can see they're getting. And the thing that makes me like ill, like I said, I just, but I have to take my Texas fan out of this. It's just like they're getting better. Reese is getting better. Reese is he's getting he's not just an athlete back there anymore. He's starting to play quarterback. So that is a dangerous thought that the guy who was just kind of getting by on his athleticism, he's starting to make better reads, he's starting to make better decisions out there, and you're seeing it. This A&M team is very dangerous moving forward, and I wouldn't want to play them, but they're right in the thickness. This A&M team is built for the playoff. They're built to make a run. Um, something else that I want,
Isn't he the Heisman front runner right now too? He the Heisman front runner right now,
maybe
right?
maybe I haven't seen any of like the rankings or whatever like that, or like the odds. But like I wouldn't be shocked if he was. Something else I want to talk about is and this is something that's close to Sirius's heart. Tomorrow is October 1st. Um, there's a thing called September Maryland. That is a real thing. Um, Maryland has a pretty tough game here coming up against a Washington team that played well Saturday. They didn't win. Ohio State beat them, but Washington play. They didn't play bad. That's a
I worked
good
in that
Washington
game.
team. That's
I
a
worked in that
good
game.
Washington. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good.
Washington kept it
Yeah,
close, coach. They kept it
yeah,
close for a while.
that's
So
a good Washington team. Now Washington hadn't really played anybody, so then this was their first big test. And even though they lost, they showed themselves well. Now, albeit at home in Seattle, but they against a really good Ohio State team, against the number one team in the country. Washington played really well, so that's a team that I would just kind of keep an eye on moving forward. That Husky team. So that's
Yeah,
all I got. We can kind of move forward from there. I just want to
yeah.
throw out the A&M stuff and like that Washington team. Keep an eye on the Huskies. Yeah.
That's a good call, Coach. You know what? People forget, but that Washington Ohio State game, it was a one score game in the fourth quarter, start of the fourth
Hmm.
quarter.
Hmm.
So, and all I was going to say, just to piggyback off his Texas A&M, I don't believe in Notre Dame. I still don't know what to make of Auburn. This week right here is going to tell me a lot about Texas A&M. This is the big week for me because I do respect Mississippi. So I'm really curious to see how this game plays out because what what they really do well, Texas A&M, is pass the ball, as you guys know. And what does the opponent do? They're like top 30 in the nation in pass defense. So it's one of those battle of mights, Mississippi State versus Texas A&M. It's going to be a battle of mights, it's going to give us a real good indicator of how good Texas A&M is because strength versus strength always lets you know kind of where you're at. It's like a barometer test.
Yeah, yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how Texas A&M shows up, man. They got some big time opponents coming up. But with that being said, we're going to parlay that into our pick'em segment. Coach, we missed you last week, so we'll get
Hmm.
you we'll get you back this week, man. And because I'm in such a nice mood right now, I'll let you bat lead off, man. Talk to me. Where's your head at this week?
So are we just doing all of them, just like five,
Yeah,
four, three, two, one?
yeah. 5, 4, 3,
Okay.
2, 1, bro.
All right. My number five pick. Look, one thing is for certain, two things for sure. Penn State will bounce back because they're playing UCLA. Give me Penn State in the 26 and a half. For sure. They're gonna feel big and strong against just a helpless UCLA team. So I will who lost to Northwestern last week. But we'll move on. The mighty Orange of Syracuse plus 17 and a half versus SMU. You kidding me? Give me that every day of the week. Give me the Orange. They're my number four pick. Syracuse plus 17 and a half versus SMU.
I like it.
Um, my number three pick. Look. Pitt let Louisville off the hook last week. I don't know what happened. Sometime in that game, Pitt just said, you know what? We got this one in the bag. Louisville kept playing, and Louisville came back and won. But the mighty Cavaliers, ladies and gentlemen, I'm riding the momentum. I've been riding with them all this time. I'm not going to get off the bandwagon yet. Virginia plus 6.5. Give me that as my three pick. The aforementioned Huskies, minus 6.5 versus Maryland. It's October. It's Maryland. This is when the pumpkin turns back into. Oh, this is when the carriage turns back into a pumpkin. This is the clock strikes midnight. Maryland undefeated. Another undefeated September for Maryland, and then it's funny how they go from 4-0 to you know they'll end up winning like four more games this year, and then they might win 8 games. But so I'll go with Washington minus 6.5. Now again, traveling across country, all the stuff like that. Still, I think Washington will cover the 6.5. Now for my number one pick, U of H versus Texas Tech. Um, I like Houston. I like that offense. I like you talk about quarterbacks. Connor Wegman, he's been playing fantastic. He has been leading this team. He's been fantastic. So give me the Cougars plus 11.5 versus Texas Tech. That's my number one pick.
All right, so let me run this back down, man. You got Penn State 26.5, Syracuse plus 17.5, U of A plus 6.5, Washington 6.5, and Houston 11.5.
Yes, let's make sure. Penn State minus 26.5,
Yep.
Syracuse plus 17.5,
Yep.
Virginia plus 6.5,
Yep.
Washington minus 6 in the hook, and I got
Yep.
Houston plus 11.5.
We in there like swimwear, sir. Appreciate you very much. Appreciate you very much. You know what? Let me breaking news. Talk to me.
Yeah, so I like where Coach went. Houston, the Houston and Texas Tech game. So I'm going to start there. So I'm going to go. I'm actually going to go in the other direction, though. I'm going to take Texas Tech minus the 11.5. I know they're on the road, but this is the way I'm looking at it, boys. Texas Tech has had the extra time to prepare for this game. Houston's coming off that very emotional, tough road win versus Oregon, where they were down by double digits with less than 6 minutes to go in that game and came back to win that game. Remember, Oregon outrushed them 2-1 in that game. So I really like Texas Tech, as coach has mentioned. I like Texas Tech's ability to shut down the running game and make them one dimensional, very similar to what Oregon did. I think the difference is outside of Oregon State, I think Texas Tech's defense is more opportunistic. And I think that they're going to be able to cover that line. So I like Texas Tech minus the 11.5 on a road. Number two, I mean, I feel like at this point it's kind of like taking a child's money, but I got to go minus 24.5 Penn State at UCLA. Listen, it doesn't matter. It could be like the school of the deaf playing UCLA, whatever the line is, it could be 88.5. I'm taking it because UCLA at this point, they would be better if they just had walk-ons. Like, go get people from the biology department, maybe like I don't know, go grab some people that are in student affairs, whatever they need to do. Try to get some people that actually want to put forth some effort. It's that bad at this point. Penn State should be up by 30 at halftime. This one right here caught me a little bit by surprise, and I'm sure you guys probably looked at it. I know Cincinnati's been playing well this year. I can't remember the last time I saw an unranked team be the favorite against a team ranked in the top 15. Iowa State has shown to be very gritty this year and has had a couple
Mhm.
comebacks. If you're going to tell me I take Iowa State straight up, I probably take them. Iowa State plus I get a point and a half, I'll take it. So I'm taking Iowa State plus the point and a half on the road. I like them as a road team. They've already shown that they can win on the road this year. I really like that. Next
What was
one,
that?
I'm going
What
with
was that line?
one and a
Plus one
half.
and a half.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Yeah. Next one I got here, and this one might be a little bit of a surprise, or some people might be a little shocked by this, but I'm going to take Wisconsin plus 16.5 versus Michigan. No question, Michigan is the better team, but people forget the one thing that Wisconsin can do is shut down the run. They're number one in the Big Ten, shutting down the run. They're coming off a bye week, and when they've had time to prepare, they're typically a pretty good team. I think they shut down that. I think they're going to shut down the running game and force Michigan to pass. I think Michigan wins, but I just don't think they're going to win by 16.5. So I like Wisconsin on the road plus 16.5. And my number one game, I'm going to go with BYU, and this is a big line. And this is no disrespect to West Virginia, but BYU minus 19.5, I think the spread's actually too small. BYU runs the ball like I can't remember the last team that I seen run the ball quite like BYU does. You call them one dimensional, you call them whatever you want, but there's something to be said about a team that you know they're going to run the ball in 3rd and 3, and they're still going to pick up 5 yards. That's BYU. And West Virginia has not looked real good in run defense, and they're going to get a heavy dose of it. I'm only concerned about them being able to score enough points because I do think that West Virginia probably gets a score, but ultimately I see this game as like a 28-7 type game. So I think they cover. So I'll take BYU at home.
All right, so just throwing it back to you, you got Texas Tech at minus 11.5, Penn State at 26.5, Iowa State at minus 1.5, Wisconsin at plus 16 in the cook, and BYU at 19.5.
Yes.
All right, we're in there. All right, Larry, you need some time or you good?
I think I'm good, bro.
Talk to me.
All right. So breaking news, I need your help, bro.
Yeah, I'm here for you, man.
Y'all know me with my 1 point play. I love to keep supporting the HBUs. So I'm gonna go with Jackson State. I like that running back they got, Ahmad. They playing Alabama A&M, so I couldn't find a line on it. But I definitely gonna it's gonna probably be the game of the week for HBUs. With my 2 point play, I'm gonna stick with the underrated team that I keep saying. They just put up 55 last week. I want to stick with Memphis over Tulsa. They favorite. I did find a line on that. It's minus 20.5. Hey, look, they probably boat raced them. It's gonna probably be minus 20.5 in the first quarter. Yeah, and just because out of pure hate, and I like the way Vandy's been playing, I'm taking Vandy over Bama. Bama's the favorite, but I want to take Vandy plus 10.5. Dude,
Anytime you can stick it to Bama, man.
Dude, hey, look, I want them to tear down Bama's goalpost and carry it all the way back to Vanderbilt and throw it back in the lake. Look,
Hey, what's the line on that one?
It's plus 10.5 for Vandy.
Okay.
Because
And so I got tell me if so. I got Jackson State versus Alabama A&M. I got Jackson State as 14-point favorites.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I'm taking that.
So 14 straight.
Yep.
Yeah, straight.
Okay, got it.
Be some good money right there. And I'm staying on my hate tour. Because I think, hey, look, I don't know if y'all watched that game last week, and we much crap as we give Florida, but I think the real Carson Beck can stand up. I do. I think he stood up, bro. Like, dude, people forget it was a reason why he got benched at Georgia, bro. Like, that wasn't he transferred and got up out of there. He got benched. He was throwing interceptions like crazy. He got benched. So I'm taking Florida State, Barry. I want to take Florida State with the upset. I think the real Carson Beck has stood up, and we're going to see it, and that's going to be the upset.
What's the line there?
4.5.
Minus 4.5.
Okay.
So it'd be plus 4.5 if he's taking Florida State.
Florida State. And then, it's going to be a good rivalry game. I think it's going to be probably the best game of the week too. I gotta take U of H, bro, at home against Tech. Tech looking real good, but U of H, they've been sleeping dogs, man. Hey, look, hey.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look, people are underrating them, and I think they're gonna add some fuel to the fire, and I want to see them win because if they get a win against a Tech team, I think Tech's ranked 11.
11, yeah.
How do you not give that team a vote if they got a win against a top 15 team, undefeated, and you don't give them a vote, bro? Yeah, so I'm taking U of H plus 11.5 with my 1 point.
All right, let me run this back down to you to make sure we got everything all squared away here. So you're taking Houston at plus 11.5. Florida State at plus 4.5, Vanderbilt at plus 10.5, Memphis at minus 20.5, and Jackson State at 14.
Yep.
Sounds like a plan, man. Velen, talk to me, big dog.
Yeah, so my 5-point play, give me Baylor minus 6.5 against Kansas State. Don't really like Kansas State very much. So
I looked at that. I looked at that real hard. Yeah.
I know you did. I know you did.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna take that Baylor at home for a touchdown. Give me that. My 4-point play, I'm lockstep with Larry. Give me the Florida State Seminoles plus 4.5 against Miami. Beck is gonna give us a turnover or two in the third quarter. He's gonna turn into an orange pumpkin.
Bounce back.
Yeah, it's a. I like the fact that they lost to VA because now you're focused and you got Miami coming in. You got that. So
Yeah, them
you know,
turnovers, man. Like I say, we spotted them 14. Them turnovers, and one of them turnovers was
Mhm.
like right on the goal line too, bro.
Right.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we gonna be good against Miami.
Cass looked really good. I mean, he threw them back into the game, so he showed a lot of heart. I like Florida State in this game. Don't sleep. My number 3 pick. I was debating on this, but I'm gonna take it anyway. Give me Texas on the road minus 6.5 against Florida. I gotta do it. Sorry, gotta do it. Gotta do it. Don't like Florida.
Abort. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
I'm gonna do it because the hate.
Man, what I said, sometimes
I
you gotta
take
put
hate
teams out
to
their
get a
misery,
top tie it
man.
over, tie it up. Yeah, exactly. So I know it's a tough one for you, coach, but I hate Florida, so I'm gonna do it. My 2-point play, I was waffling on this, but I landed on the same one that breaking news got. Give me Iowa State plus 1.5. I mean, I think they're playing some really good football. To be underdogs against Cincinnati, it just came out of nowhere to me. So I was like, I'll take that. I'll gamble on that. And then my 1-point play, even though I don't think they'll win the game, I think they'll cover. Give me Houston plus 11.5 against Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech is a good team, but I think at home Houston will keep it close. And I think they'll keep it close enough that it'll be under 11 points. So give me Houston plus 11.5.
So rocking it down, man. You got Baylor minus 6.5, Florida State at plus 4.5, Texas at minus 6.5, Iowa State at minus 1.5, and Houston at plus 11.5. We in there. All right, cool.
Hey, let me say this right quick, Barry. While
Go
you was
ahead.
talking, dude, is Billy Napier's seat got a little cool, or is it still flaming hot over there?
I don't know.
Like Cheetos.
I would think he keeps putting ice buckets underneath it, and he's it's still.
I will.
Yeah.
I will ask the missus who is a Florida alum, as you guys know, and then I will report back to you. Because yeah, she look, she want Billy out of there, man. She
Look,
just
yeah, man. Sometimes you just gotta put people out their misery. Like, oh, yellow, you gotta bring him to the back and
Yep.
just tell him look the other way.
Put him down. Put him down.
Put 'em down.
All right, gentlemen. I make this short and sweet, man. For my 6-point play, the Pitt Panthers let one slip last week. I don't think they're going to do it again. 6.5 favorites versus Boston College. Give me that. My 2-point play, I've got North Carolina plus 13.5 over Clemson. There is something going on right now with the Clemson Tigers. And you got the legendary coach coming in that building to play in Chapel Hill, man. It's gonna get nasty if Clemson loses that ball game, and I'm kind of wanting the train wreck to take place, man. So give me North Carolina plus 13.5 over Clemson. For my 3-point play, I don't want to take the. You know what? I'm gonna take the cheese. I'm gonna take the cheese. Give
Somebody said
me
you're tired of winning. Clemson.
give me Alabama minus 10.5 over Vanderbilt. This game is in Tuscaloosa. I like messing around with 2 ranked opponents. Alabama's coming off an emotional win versus Georgia. I think they may really solidify themselves here. So give me Alabama plus no, excuse me, minus 10.5. Excuse me, I'm doing 2 things here. 10.5.
I like Vandy too because I feel like that might be the trap game too.
It just might. It just might. So I want to mess with this Maryland Washington game, but I'm gonna be there, so I'm gonna behave myself.
Conflict of interest over here.
Right.
No, the
Like,
same way Herb Street can't pick the game that he's calling or whatever like that.
Yeah,
You can't do
right.
it.
You know, like somebody
um,
get tripped on the sideline and Sirius foot was just accidentally back.
exactly. But what I am going to do is I'm gonna mess around with this Miami Florida State game. I think Miami wins the ball game, but I think Florida. F it. I'm choosing violence. Give me Miami minus 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
I just I keep hearing Steve in my head, man. Let's hoop. So we hooping. We hooping. And honestly, man, I think for my 1 point play, Illinois and Purdue is only 9.5. You know what? Give me Purdue plus 9.5.
Oh, baby.
Let's hoop.
Nice. I love it.
Plus 9.5. So to run it back, I got Pittsburgh at minus 6.5, North Carolina at plus 13.5, Alabama at minus 10.5, Miami at minus 4.5, and Purdue at plus 9.5, man. So that's how it's going to shake out, man. Anybody want to hit college before we flip the script? Cool, silence is golden here, man. NFL, we have a lot to discuss on this National Football League, man. First and foremost, salute to our two winless brothers for finally getting a win. You know what I'm saying? The New York Giants and Houston Texans decided to join the party. But anywho, man, there's a lot to talk about. I'm not going to rehash what took place in Ireland. If you want that recap, watch the video on YouTube and our socials. Villain, recorded a wonderful video about the New York Giants, so watch that on our Facebook and our socials. But
how we do last week?
You know what? Here's the funny thing. Last week,
yeah, you do serious.
I did pretty good last week.
Okay. Right.
I went 5-0. I had the Lions at minus 8.5. I had the Jags at plus 2.5. I had Denver at minus 7.5. The Chiefs at plus 2.5, and the Falcons at plus 1.5. So I cleaned the board. Villain ran. He did 3 out of 2. He had the Packers at minus 6.5, the Rams at minus 3.5, Seattle at minus 1.5, the Ravens at 2.5, and the Saints at plus 6.5.
How did the Packers if they tied?
Because it's
no, you lose.
You lose that, bro.
The bookie.
It's a push.
It's a push.
It's a push.
But I mean, okay, so is that how you want me to score the push?
Yeah, just do 2-2-1. But I mean, the way we're doing it is we're basically counting wins, right?
Yeah, kind of wins and losses. So
you
lose.
So shouldn't he get the tied in? Shouldn't he get the no points to tie?
You don't get to kiss your sister here. You either win or lose. I'll take that.
Yeah. I don't know about it. You from
again, it's like I do not like that term. It's like the incestuous term, like it's a tie, like kissing your sister. It's like what the fuck?
That is not.
I didn't make it.
Oh no, I'm just saying. It's like whoever thought of that. What kind of backwoods West Virginia, Kentucky shit is that? Like seriously,
you answered your own question right there, Coach.
Yeah. And we're moving, and we're moving.
From South, that's a Louisiana term.
We got breaking news.
What's the sister look like?
Oh no, we didn't.
Oh man! All right, keep it going. Sorry, keep it going.
All
keep
right.
It going.
Breaking news: you went 4-1. You had Seattle at minus 1.5. You had the Vikings at minus 2.5. How high you lost? We had the Texans at minus 7.5. The Patriots at minus 5.5. This right here was a beating of massive proportions. Then you had the Giants at plus 6.5. No, the Giants didn't win that game by that much.
What?
So you lost.
The Giants weren't the favorites. The Giants were plus 6.
Giants.
Yeah.
6.5.
Yeah. My bad.
What are you talking about?
I got you.
Yeah,
everybody check Everybody, check your scorecards. Make sure he got those right.
Right?
Larry, you
No, we
had
start checking serious this scorecard.
Larry, you had an awful day, so you got one right. You got the Bears.
Hey.
I took the dog in the game, and he's like, "No, you lost. You didn't have enough
Broke,
votes."
hey, a broken clock is right once a day.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
everything else. You
Actually,
did.
twice, Larry.
It's actually
Twice a
Twice
day.
a day.
Everything
It's
else
once
you
a
didn't
day.
do too well.
If Sirius is doing the score, it's once a day. But
That's right.
Yeah.
It might not be
So-
once.
So, anywho, anyways, before we break down these games, man, for this week, man, let's recap what took place last week, man. We had a lot that went on. Is it time to press the panic button on the Baltimore Ravens?
No.
No.
Here's the thing with the Ravens, man, and I appreciate the fact that everybody here knows football. Like Lamar, like I'm looking at all these comments and like morning shows and like fans, like, oh my God, Lamar, like I think the dude's like 10 touchdowns to 1 pick, like the yards are up. Like if you wanna blame somebody, blame the defense, number one, because they're the ones that have given up 2 leads in the fourth quarter. Number two, I almost picked this game because not for nothing, but if you look historically over the course of the last 3 years or 4 years since Mahomes has been there, I'm not sure Baltimore's ever beat them.
Nope.
They beat them every time. So I don't know why anybody's shocked by this. Let's recap though. Supposedly the best team in the league, the Buffalo Bills. The Ravens had them on the ropes. They were up by multiple scores with like 4 minutes to go in the game. Should have won that game. They've blown multiple leads in the fourth quarter. I'm going to call it a defensive meltdown, although there have been some turnovers and fumbles and things like that. But I really think, like, you want to talk about disrespectful, and I know we're going to get to it, but I had to pick the Ravens this week. I don't know how you could be at home and be the Ravens against a team with the same record as you and be a dog in your own building. Like, if that doesn't get you fired up to play, I don't know what will. And I'm not sure who Houston, like, who like, do they have like an athletic director I don't know about that can play left tackle? Like, who's blocking for Houston in this game? Like, I don't know, but Baltimore's going to be fine. They're still going to win 9-10 games. They're still going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, breaking it, I'll go even further. While people are giving the Ravens so much hell, who's had a harder schedule this early in the year than the Ravens?
Giants.
Name one.
The Giants.
Nobody.
That's about
Nobody.
it. Giants.
Dude, they had to. Dude, think about it. They played that tough Cleveland team. They had to play the Lions. They played the Bills, and then you play the Chiefs. Who else has had a tougher schedule to begin the season within the Ravens?
I mean,
It's gonna be easier for them.
it doesn't really get. I mean, you got the Texans this week, and any given
But
Sunday.
they're gonna catch
On
their
paper, the
stride
Texans
and they'll
were
run out
probably
the
a better,
game.
like a good team. Like they're one of the best defenses in the league. So
That's the
they're
part, though.
Texas, yeah.
That's to be determined, though. Like he said, like outside of the Browns, which we already know really can't move the ball, everybody who's played them has scored 35 plus points. Like,
Mhm.
are they a good defense? Like, I know we've historically said that,
The
but I
Ravens?
mean, if you watch, yeah, like if you watch
Oh,
on like watch the film, are the Ravens a good defense, or
No.
is Lamar basically have to score 45 in order to win a game? Because that's kind of what it feels like
Breaking
right
news.
now.
You know what I'm gonna go even further, dude? Is or a good coach? Is he a good D coordinator?
Okay,
Because
so
they have the
all right,
talent.
so check this out. Check this
A
out.
lot
check
of
this out.
times they out of position, they in bad calls.
I'm gonna make
Like-
this abundantly clear. Okay, so as much as I despise the Ravens, I have to come to their rescue here. It's very difficult to coach
Second favorite team.
You're funny. It's very difficult to coach and play good defense when the injury bug has smacked them in the head like they have.
That's it. Yeah, that's
no,
it.
no,
That's it.
no, we're not
Hey,
doing
listen.
that. We're not.
No,
we're
no,
not
no,
doing-
no, 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 no.
Listen.
But we are. But we
Nah,
are
we
because
shouldn't.
what's about to happen is what's about to happen is this. Jackson Dart's gonna go out there this week and throw ducks. And what's gonna happen? I'm gonna jump on your pot. I'm gonna jump on your joint. You're gonna be like, well, Wanda Robinson has bricks for hands, and all of a sudden wide receivers can't catch this and the third, and it's gonna go right back to the fact that Malik Neighbors is hurt. So if we're gonna sit there and do that, then the fact that the Baltimore Ravens have hurt hurt defensive linemen. They have hurt
Listen,
linebackers, and their cornerbacks are trash. But it's very difficult, especially when you're playing the Bills and
how
you're
many?
playing the Lions and you're playing the Chiefs.
How many? How many football? Listen, any team. Not to cut you off, serious, but this is important. How many players are starters on an NFL team?
Starters?
Yeah, yeah. Offense, defense.
I mean, technically, you have 11
Okay,
on
but
offense and
offense
11 on
and
defense.
defense.
You got
Okay, so
27.
22. And you got a 53-man roster.
Mm-hmm.
So if you construct your roster in a way to where you don't have quality depth pieces, that's a you problem. And I'm gonna tell you right now, and Larry can go ahead and back this up because I know he's been watching the same horse shit I have. There ain't a team in the league that's more banged up right now than the Niners. Like
No,
I give you that. I give you
at
no,
that.
this point, I think Larry could go out there and be our number 2 wide receiver.
I could.
Like literally, we have nobody. Like nobody, and you can't make excuses because this is the NFL, right? Like it's your job to play well. This team has been in position to win and has made some really boneheaded mistakes. And all the way down to even the first week against Buffalo, Derrick Henry, like uncharacteristically just fumbling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do you not have 2 hands on the ball? Who cares if you get 2 extra yards? Why not have 2 hands on the ball, run the dude over, get 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and run another 45 seconds off? There's so many mental mistakes that we're not used to seeing in a John
I will give you
Harbaugh
that. I will
team.
give you that. I will
That
give
is
you that.
really
Yeah.
what the crux of the problem is.
I will
Go
give
ahead,
you
brother.
that.
Well,
But see,
well,
but,
Yeah.
so, but
break
see,
loose. You know
here's
where
the
I'll
deal.
go with this? Go
Right,
ahead,
right.
Steve.
No,
No, I
no,
was
no,
gonna
no. Go,
say
go, go.
I was gonna say this, right? This is what I honestly I think the Ravens, they just getting a perfect storm, dude. Not the fact that they having all these injuries on defense. How many defenses in the league can hold the Bills to single digits? Name one. How many teams
Not
in the
many.
league can hold the Lions to single digits? Like
Not many.
they not the fact that they just getting all these injuries on defense. They're playing some high powered offenses. Like they got the Chiefs at the perfect storm when they got back Worthy and they had Hollywood Brown back and they got all their pieces back. So yeah, it's I think it's a combination of both. It's not just the fact that they have people that are hurt. They are getting it's like we all play fantasy football. You know, you play that one team, he been averaging 20 points a game, and you catch him on the 1 week that he put up 349 points, and
That
every
happened to me.
week he
That
just
happened to
scored.
me this week. That happened to me this week. Shout out to
You like
Stacy.
this dude literally just scored the least amount of points in the league, but the 1 week I play him, he putting up the most points. And I think that they catching that perfect storm right now. But I think they're gonna be okay at the end of the day.
But see, here's the deal, and this is why I refute what Sirius was saying, because like injuries, yeah, that's one thing. And first of all, if neighbors is done for the year, you're not going to hear me crying over spilt milk or we can't score because we don't have neighbors. That's not how I roll. So you can come on my show anytime you want. You want
I'll
to
be
talk
there.
Giants with the villain, and we could talk about how we don't score because Mike Kafka is the worst offensive coordinator in the
That's
league.
another thing.
Not because
That's
not because of the
boy.
fact that we don't have elite neighbors. All right, pause. Because we have elite neighbors, and we still couldn't score no damn points. How about that? Anyway, um, it's not the injuries that is the problem. It is a problem, yeah. But if you're talking about the guys that they lost that are they're elite world beaters, the best defensive players in the league, we're not going there because some of these guys you can't even name the 7 guys that they lost on defense. Name them. Nobody can. It's
I'm looking at it now,
assignment.
so it doesn't count.
Yeah, exactly. But it's assignment football to me. To Hughes' point, there's breakdowns in assignments, not gap control. Assignment football, like tackling, like coverages where you're supposed to be the deepest man. You're letting guys run past you. It's
That's why I said, is it or? Is it
it's
or?
No, I don't think it's or. I don't think it's or.
It's a perfect storm to Larry's point, but like you know what, playing assignment football, paying attention to the details will keep you in a lot of ball games, and they're not doing it. Like you look at the Vikings. The Vikings don't have like the best defensive players, than other teams that have, but Brian Flores, he has those guys gap control. It's the little things, tackling. It's the little things like playing inside leverage when you have it's deep help. Like the little things that the Vikings do you may think they just blitz every play. No, it's about blitzing in the gaps and not trying to be a hero and letting the other guy get to the quarterback. That's why the Vikings have the best defense or one of the better defenses in the league. And I can't say that about the Ravens. But listen,
The Ravens haven't had a
a
solid
fumble
defense.
from Derrick Henry, you're a 2-2 team. So
I mean, I will say this: when you lose Metabike for the year, you use your cornerback Marlon Humphrey. Ronnie Stanley goes down. These are the
Roquan,
quintessential.
Lamar
Roquan went down.
Jackson.
Which
You
kind of
know,
name even played?
Kyle Van Noy. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
what's the guy
These are
from
lynch. You
the
talking
guy
about the
from Green
dude from the
Bay?
Packers? Yeah, he
Yeah,
hadn't played since week one.
he hadn't even
yeah, but
played.
those guys were on the team last year and they were having issues. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, they were one of the
Until they
best
put
defenses in the
Hamilton
league.
back in safety.
Yeah, they're one of the best defense. What I'm saying is this: I'm not ready to drop the buck at all because Roquan is not there. Metabike, he's gone for the year. Marlon Humphrey's not there, and so I understand your point, Villain, where it's assignment based football and it's always next man up and this, that, and the third. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you're asking rookies and second year players to deal with the likes of the Chiefs. You're asking second and rookie players to deal with what the Lions put out there and what the Bills put out there. So who knows what's going to happen on Sunday versus the Texans team that is pedaling a little bit on offense, but you really can't blame Orr because you can call a great game. You can call it like you need to call it. And this is the first year that the Ravens has had this much bad luck on one side of the football. I mean, Lamar Jackson probably won't play Sunday, but Cooper Rush should be able to beat the Houston Texans, right? You would
They
think.
they have been in position. They have been in position to win all these games except for me. You could make an argument. The Cleveland game got out of hand pretty quick, but
Mm-hmm.
you could make an argument that they could very easily be 3-1 right now, right? Like the ball bounces
De-
a different way,
Definitely
and
2-2. They
right,
would
like
they
we're
won't beat Kansas City. They won't beat Kansas City and Arrowhead. They weren't doing that.
yeah, but no, and I agree with that. But I'm saying, like, I know that's a team that's tough for them, but I'm saying, even in that game, if you go back to the third quarter, right, like,
Mhm.
there were chances in that game for Baltimore uh, to uh turn the tide in the momentum. It wasn't like Kansas City is the Kansas City of old where they just even though they put up 37 points, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like I feel like Kansas City might be done. Like they look like they're aging before our eyes. The O line doesn't look great. Mahomes doesn't look like he can find a target to throw to. Like I don't know, but I think Baltimore's biggest problem right now is what Barry said. They have to play assignment football and call it what you want, but anybody who's ever played football knows this. And yes, I'm picking Baltimore this week. But sometimes when you lose your superstar like Lamar, all of a sudden everybody else realizes that they have to step up a little bit and play more assignment sound.
Mhm.
Even though Texans are very good against the run, they're like number 10 or 11. I,
Mhm.
I think Baltimore probably runs for 170 yards this week. They are going to pound the rock. They are at home. They will be loud. I think Cooper Rush will be fine because they are going to run the ball. They are going to run the ball. And because Lamar's not there and they don't have that safety net to rely on, just a thought, guys, thought exercise. Let's see how much better that defense plays this week against a very good, a very capable quarterback and offensive weapons.
Should be interesting to see how that goes. Spinning it around really quickly before we start picking these games. Larry, what's on your mind, big dog?
Oh man, so you know what? I'm gonna say this: the NFL, dude, what is going on right now? Like, they spent so much money, and it was like concussion protocol and all this other stuff. Injuries, bro, injuries. Like,
Yeah.
we're not even getting like you know how they talk about protecting the shield, protect the damn product, bro. Like, look
Yeah,
how many superstars have already went down, and we're in what week 5,
yeah.
week 5, right? I think they need to relook into some of the stuff. Like me, I saw the neighbors play, and he jumped for a ball and tore an ACL. What? I said, did they stop teaching dudes how to jump, how to run?
No, it's the
Malik
MetLife turf. It's the
Malik Davis
MetLife
has
turf.
made that play a gazillion bazillion
Yeah,
times.
I was gonna
It's
say
the
that was
MetLife
Even
turf.
just
at the Eckler, even on the
that
Eckler,
was
all
literally
Eckler
just
did
one of
was,
those crazy one-off type plays.
but even Eckler, he just ran. He just planted his
Mhm.
foot and ran and popped an Achilles. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
can we get some MDs to see what's going on? Even for us, breaking news that I didn't think Nick Bosa was that hurt. I
I
thought he
think
was.
I think what they need to do, man, I think the NFL needs to have independent doctors from the team doctor, one for each team, and both the team doctor and the independent doctor need to confirm when somebody can come back. Because, like, I'll use our guy Brock. I think Brock clearly showed last week that he wasn't ready to come back. He sailed
Yep.
a lot of passes high, and what
Yep.
that is atypical of is not being able to plan on that front foot the way you need to, right? So I just think that because you're dealing with millionaires, you're dealing with billions of dollars, and they're constantly wanting to rush people back. I'm like, hey, listen, I would much rather you let Jaden Daniels rest 2 extra games and get those losses up front rather than put him back in there where he's already hampered, he's less mobile, and maybe gets killed out there, and now he misses the whole season. Than to try and get win this game right now. That I mean, all division games are meaningful. Don't get me wrong, but like we're in week 5. Like there's no must-win game right now, and a lot of these teams are treating it like that. Like they're making guys play. I'm not going to say make, but a lot of these guys are playing that really should not be playing.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, but it's like, dude, it's like you see them doing routine things and Achilles torn, ACL
Yeah,
torn, just routine stuff. So it's like, dude, okay,
go look at your training staff.
we got all
Yeah.
this science, we got all this stuff, yeah. And I'm not making, like I said, I'm not over here, shedding no tears because the Niners, even with all the injuries, they were still in that game. But you could clearly tell, I'm like this, you could clearly tell that one Brock still hurt, but you could clearly tell like the Niners are playing with a bunch of guys who hadn't played together. Point blank.
Right.
They were misses going in different routes. Well, he was expecting them to go somewhere and they wasn't there. And like I said, it's sad to me that we're not getting the full product that we should actually be seeing. I would love to have seen a full, season of Jackson Dart and Neighbors. Like, the Tariq thing. Tariq was having an amazing game last night. And
He
Yeah.
really was.
that was I've seen that play multiple times because I just had to go back and look again. If the guy doesn't, that was a bonehead even attempt at a tackle because he was running out of bounds anyway. But if he doesn't trip him up, he runs out of bounds and comes back for the next play. He snapped that leg because the guy literally grabbed for his legs when he's running out of bounds anyway. That was boneheaded. But like I said, it's just the fact that every week we're seeing superstars constantly going down, and I just think that they need to look into it a little bit more and see what's causing all of these injuries because the product is getting watered down. Like I said, I don't want to
I don't
see
necessarily is getting watered down
Wandale
though,
Robinson.
bro.
I don't want to see Wandale Robinson, bro. I want to see Malik Neighbors, bro.
I mean,
I don't want to.
I get you on that, but
I
like,
love
Well,
Waddle, but I don't want to just see Waddle, bro.
let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. Again,
yeah.
we'll throw it around. This is a contact gladiator sport, right? And
Yeah,
so,
it
sometimes just the unfortunate thing happens, and looking at the Tyreek play, that's unfortunate. Looking at the Neighbors play, that's unfortunate. And the thing is, like, I understand what you're saying. Like,
Whether it's
Terry
the
McLaurin,
field, training staff, whatever,
right,
look and
right. I
see what's
mean,
going
yeah,
on.
we definitely examine it, but I hate to say that it's negligence or anything like that. And so because of negligence, players are getting hurt or players I mean, each year we have this discussion. Some key name player going down. Hell, Joe Burrow has a turf toe and he's gone for
Yeah, like, dude, if
the
it's a
year.
turf, it's
Like,
a turf. Get the turf up out of here.
right.
Like,
It's a
dude,
turf.
think about it. We're all guys in our 40s and up, dude. I'm a Niners fan, dude. Jerry Rice didn't get hurt until he was year 20 breaking. Like we all remember
Yeah, but you
seeing.
know what? Jerry Rice is like the only player that I know that like he didn't even. I don't know if you know this, but he didn't even use the Niners training staff. He
Yeah,
had
but
his
I'm
own
saying is
training
that
staff,
we
his own food regime. Like that dude, like literally could suit up right now and probably be our number one wide receiver,
oh yeah, he definitely got
even
a
at
few
his
more
current
catches left in the
age.
tank.
That's
He
crazy,
definitely
bro.
got a few more catches in the tank. But I'm just saying, we all grew up in an age where you saw the freak plays and guys get hurt, but we all saw our players play like basically year in and year out, and every year now it's like we're getting robbed of somebody missing a full season. That's all I'm saying.
Right? Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Coach, talk to me, man. Week 4 has come and gone, like I alluded to. Your boys got the dub, so yay. But run us around the league real quick from Steve's perspective.
All right, so yeah, the Texans won. Yay! Party on Main Street. Yeah, it's like I don't, Larry. Do you know what time the parade is tomorrow down Kirby? I don't know. Like th-
Y'all shut
Look,
him up too,
Steve,
man.
you
That's
don't
happy. Let's
look.
go.
It's real horrible around here right now, so I'm gonna keep my comments to myself to the best of my abilities.
Look, it is the Texans are still not a good football team. They just happen to play a team that is worse than them in the Titans. A team that will probably be picking in the top 5 or 6 next season because the Titans are trying to build. The Titans have something that the Texans don't. Direction. The Texans, I have no idea what the direction is with this team. You have this talent at quarterback, this talent that you don't have very often. These people don't grow on trees. Quarterback, the talent level of CJ Stroud, and yet you refuse to put a good line in front of them. And like Brian talked about yesterday, it's like or not yesterday, but earlier, it's like the offensive line is still terrible. They played a bad team and they beat a bad team. It's like they're playing a team. Yeah, the Ravens are probably the best 1-3 team in NFL. Okay, but Bill Parcells would say it all the time. You are what your record says you are.
Yep.
There are two 1-3 teams playing in their game, but like one's not like the other. But there's still two 1-3 teams. So like the Texans again, it's just like until they fix the offensive line, until they can establish the run and kind of protect CJ Stroud, it's all for nothing. It's just the defense shows up. The Texans defense is very good.
Steve, I had to throw it out there, man. Did y'all see the play when it was like 5 offensive linemen for the Texans when they block one guy?
One guy, one guy,
One guy.
one guy, one
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 guy.
guy, one guy. One guy.
One guy.
I was building up to that because what I was going to say is I was like, so if the Texans could block everyone like they did that one, it's like good guys. It's like so we have learned how to block one person. Now we can just concentrate on blocking the other 10 guys
Game
out
tackling
there.
on offensive
You know,
line.
so, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just you have that. Look, everybody talk about this tie Sunday night in Dallas. Um, it was clear to me that you had one team, the Cowboys, who was trying to win that game, and another team, the Packers, who were okay with the tie
Yeah,
because
Mhm.
because
agreed.
this because the Cowboys they were playing with their hair on fire, and they went and they
House
marched
money.
down the field, and then they went down there and they scored, and then it's just the Packers. It got to a point to where I'm like, man, it's two and some change left in overtime. Like, do the Packers understand? Like, this is it. Like, but they just was kind of like hold him, and then very lucky to get that tie because look they can't get home cooking on the road, but it's like I don't know if the timekeeper fell asleep or what happened over there. I don't know how there was a second left after that terrible play. I don't know how there was a second left.
That was
But
wild, bro.
It
that
was an
that was
old
why there was a
Nintendo
second
injury
left.
on the clicker. It was his finger had a
Yeah,
whole Nintendo injury.
yeah. So I don't know what that was, but again, like I said, that was a thing where it's like I know nobody likes ties, but it was like, look, the Cowboys tried their damnedest to not make that a tie game. The
Yeah,
Packers were
agreed.
the Packers were okay with getting the tie. And
Yeah.
until they change the overtime rules, you're gonna see things like this where it's like Matt LaFleur is like, oh, and he does this and this, but it's like he clearly got to a point where it's like, you know what, a tie is better than a win. I mean, a tie is better than a loss. And
Yep.
the Cowboys wanted to win, so that win feels like a loss for the Cowboys. Whereas, like
Range.
for the Packers, that tie feels like a win. Like we didn't lose. Well, the Cowboys are like we
Yeah.
didn't win. So that's something that I just want to point out there. Something that I want to talk about. Just we talked about the Ravens and stuff like that. What's going on with them? Um, the Eagles. The Eagles are just
Mm,
a machine. They
mm.
they are just a machine. I know Barry. I know it's division rival, but it's like the Eagles. While you talk about like maybe the Chiefs are slowing down, maybe we're starting to see the ascension of the Eagles. And speaking of the Eagles, it's like, look, AJ Brown, they got to trade him because he is trying to bring the vibes down of that locker room, one tweet, one Instagram post at a time. He's clearly unhappy. It's like this man, he wasn't happy 2 days after they won the Super Bowl, so he clearly isn't happy there. I feel like it would be addition by subtraction. There's some teams that need
Tennessee.
receivers.
Tennessee.
Yeah, been there, done that. I don't think you want to go back there. Um, but it's like, look, I think now you look around the league, there's some teams that need some receivers, that need some help. It's like get him out of there because the longer he's there, he is going to fester and stew, and he's going to be reading books on the sideline again and whatnot. Um, and here's something that I want to talk about. Like again, it's funny how I've been going to the West Coast, West Coast, West Coast. Are the Seahawks good?
Yeah,
It looked pretty
yeah,
good.
Are the
yeah,
Seahawks good?
yeah.
I think yeah,
I think the
yeah.
Seahawks might be good.
Sam Darnold might be good.
They got good defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I think the Seahawks might be good, guys. I mean, it's still up in there. It's still early in the season, but man, I don't know. I think the Seahawks might be good.
Hey, Steve. Since you mentioned them, I'm gonna ask this question for the whole group, right? You remember how going into the draft, they was like Cam Ward is clearly head and shoulders above everybody else. Cam Ward is dead last in every statistical passing category in the league. I don't think that.
In
I
his
don't.
defense, his receivers
Hey,
Yeah.
was
hey,
dead
hey!
trash
Look,
too.
That's dirty.
look.
That's dirty food up there.
But
You
I'm
can't
gonna
like
say
it's,
this. I don't think that the divide was as great as people exaggerated it to be.
I
I can agree with
think
that. I can agree with that.
I think the divide was pretty accurate. I think there was a gap. Like I said, I did a lot of scouting on that. I think the problem is of the teams that he could have went to, just keeping it a buck. I think he went to the worst possible situation. I'm just going to keep it
yes,
100. If
yes.
Cam Ward
Worse than
goes to the
Cleveland?
Giants,
Worse
if
than
Cam Ward goes to the Giants, totally different outcome.
Hmm.
He's got weapons. He's got a
I'm not
run
sure.
game.
I'm not sure
I
because if you
I
worse
listen to
than
think
go to
Barry,
Cleveland?
man, if you listen to Barry, the Giants' issue is the offensive coordinator. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure the
I
Giants would have been
I
against it
don't
either.
think so. You know what the Giants' problem was, and the reason why I picked them to win. And Barry, if nothing else, you can agree with this. They lacked creativity and mobility at the QB position. How many times did Jackson Dart use his legs and pick up a key second or third down and move the chains when Russell Wilson would have just taken a sack?
He done did it
How
again,
many
man.
times?
Shohei, stop. Shohei Otani done did it again.
My
Oh my
my
god.
problem with that, and I don't want to belabor this because I want to get everybody's picks in, is the fact that you have a new toy in Jackson Dart, and the only play call you got, especially on the goal line, is a QB run up the middle.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm with you on that.
I
I'm not a big fan
I
of that, but
I can't
the
I
offense
can't I
did
can't
look better.
the offense looked better. It still didn't throw the ball very well. The running game was below 4 yards a carry. It's really the fact that on third down, Dart used his legs and bailed them out, and the fact is still that Mike Kafka is the worst
But
offensive coordinator
but
in the league.
you have to also take into consideration, right, the team you're playing. Remember, everybody was talking about the Chargers being possibly the best team in the AFC, possibly in the NFL after the first 3 weeks. So I'm just saying, I think the Chargers are that good. I just think that putting Dart back there, the Giants are now a 500 team. That's how I felt. That's why I
Mike
picked him.
Mike Kafka is still the worst offensive coordinator in the league. Sorry, my microphone's over here. So Mike
You
Kafka
good?
is still the worst offensive coordinator in the league.
On to the picks.
No. Listen.
But
AJ Brown is about his money. He's about his stats, and obviously, he's not about winning in Philadelphia. Because I've never seen anybody be a malcontent on a 4-0 team. It makes no
Yeah,
sense.
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what receivers do. That's
You
how
mean a
receivers
malcontent on
act
a
because
Super Bowl champion 4
yeah,
0
but
team?
receivers, if they don't get their stats, they don't get their money, and that's why he's
yeah.
acting like a bitch. So that is what it is.
I will say this though, man.
I mean,
Just I don't want to. Go ahead,
hang on. Let me go for a second. The Jets are an abomination. The same old Jets. They're terrible. They can't get out of their own way. Same old lame Jets. Um, they're just inept at every facet of the game. Terrible. Change the overtime rules, please.
Change them.
If
Please.
you change the rules this year, which I like that you have the other team gets a possession, which is great. Make the quarter longer. Why is it still 10 minutes?
Yeah,
That's
stupid.
ridiculous.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
stupid. 10 minutes for 2 possessions? Are you serious? So it's just stupid. You're just asking for a tie. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Especially if the first team goes on like a 10, 12 play, 7-minute drive or something, right?
Exactly my point.
Like, what are we talking about here?
So then the offense has a hurry up offense to try to tie the game, and then if they do, then that's the end of the game pretty much. Don't meet Robert Saleh in the parking lot if you're Cohen. Please make sure you have backup. You don't want that smoke.
Yeah.
Coach
Robert Saleh,
fight.
I will
Yeah,
end you.
Hey,
I
don't
will
know.
end you.
I don't
Right?
know if you noticed, but he walked by him real quiet, and then all of a sudden he had his coaches with him. He turned back around and was like, "Yeah, and
Yeah.
keep your name out of my mouth," and ran away.
Yeah. Set tripping in here. Somebody set tripping in here. Like kind of like don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. Somebody set tripping in here. Yeah. So yeah, that's funny to me.
Them sign stealing.
Yeah, and one thing I gotta highlight, and then we can go into our picks. If you drafted a receiver like I did, one of the top 20 receivers, how is your fantasy team looking right now?
Not
What I
great.
said, Barry?
Hey, I got
Complete ass. Complete
Hey,
ass.
I
Jamar
had
Chase,
first two
Justin
picks.
Jefferson, CeeDee
First two
Lamb is
picks.
out. But seriously,
Neighbors
walk
and
with me.
London.
Exactly.
London and Neighbors.
Walk with me here. CeeDee Lamb out. Puka Nakua, okay, he's doing good. Malik Neighbors out. Ross St. Brown, okay. Nico Collins, I don't think he showed up yet. Brian Thomas, don't think he's got the memo. AJ Brown,
London.
doesn't want to be on the Philadelphia Eagles. Drake London, don't think he showed up. You got T. Higgins, doesn't have a quarterback. Tyreek Hill doesn't have a leg. Like Terry McLaurin, and the list goes on. It's bad. It's bad. Mike Evans hurt again. His annual hamstring pull.
It's
Marvin
time
Harrison
to stash
Jr.
away third stringers, bro. It's time
exactly. Stash.
Yeah.
You usually have like a handcuff for a running back and their backup. You need a
You need
handcuff for a
handcuff,
receiver and their backup.
I'm
Like it's
telling you, man.
ridiculous. It's awful. It's really bad.
Hey, I was trotting Ricky Parcel out there as my number one, man, and now he's hurt.
Pierce all that's good. God, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I will say this, and then we'll get into these picks, man. As far as AJ Brown, it looks like the Philadelphia Eagles going out of their way to not involve him. And I understand the frustration.
Nah.
No, I mean, again, watch the tape.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't watch the tape.
He
You know
just
what I'm
had
saying?
7 catches for 100 and some yards the game before.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
He's getting targets. He's getting targets.
He's the best receiver, and he's getting double team, triple team. Like I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Can we also say that, like, at this point, like, when I say zero, I literally mean zero separation. Like, I know he's still catching some, but, like, you're basically asking Jalen to throw up a 50-50 ball when the other receivers got 4 yards of separation that would be a whole lot easier to fit it in.
But that's never been AJ Brown's thing. He's never been like run pass guy type.
No. I know, but he
Yeah.
he used to at least get some. I mean, I'm talking no separation. Like the guys all over him, and that's the reason why. Like if you look in the first couple games, like I watched y'all 22. I didn't find one route that he was open. Like, oh, okay, they just missed it. Like, no, he just doesn't get open.
Nope.
He does not get open.
And
Doesn't
Jalen
come
is
back
not
for the
gonna make a
ball.
bad play. Jalen is gonna
doesn't-
go where the ball needs to go.
Exactly. He doesn't fight for the ball. He doesn't come back to the ball to make himself open. Like he just don't. He just don't. But then he
I
want his
will
money.
I
It
will
could be
say
George
this though.
Pickens.
The last time we were having this conversation about Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown not getting along, it was before they played Pittsburgh, and he just went nuclear that game. So this week they played Denver. At the
See what
link,
happens.
I think AJ Brown's going to go for 13 and 220.
Not,
He's
no,
going. I'm exaggerating slightly.
I
but
think
still.
Sertan might have something to say about that.
Sertan just we'll see. With that being said, looking at the picks from last week, we already went over all that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys know my picks first because I got them written down already.
Wait. What was last week? You just give us
Last
like
week?
win
He
Yeah,
loss.
just
that-
said it.
Yeah,
He already
yeah,
said
that,
it.
yeah. I went under. I got all the picks.
He said you
I
were
got all the
horrible.
picks right. I got all the picks right. You got every pick wrong but one.
Look, hey, look, the Niners over here, bro. Look, they about to have me over here picking everything wrong in a second. Dude, I'm in the worst. You talking about what we talking about the conundrum? Dude, I'm in a torn spot between my Niners and my Texans, bro. No,
Yeah,
which
well,
gonna drive me crazy.
You don't have the opportunity to pick both of those this week. But for me, I want Buffalo at -7.5, Chiefs at -3.5, Detroit at -7.5. I got the Giants at +1.5. I think they win this game outright, to be honest with you. And
On the Jackson Dart hype train. I got you.
no, they just played the Saints. So
Hey, when's the last time a New York Giants quarterback started his career 2-0?
Was it Eli?
Just say no. You better go look. You
Oh,
better go
no.
look. It wasn't Eli. It was
And
a while ago.
And I got the Rams. And I got the
think
Rams.
it was-
And I got the Rams at -6.5. I think the 49ers.
I think it was Rutledge. I think Rutledge was the last guy.
It was.
Yeah.
Why 2?
Yeah.
Leave it to the Giants fan to figure it out. But as I said, man, Buffalo -7.5, Chiefs at -3.5, Detroit at -7.5, Giants at +1.5, and the Rams on Thursday night at -6.5.
You lucky the Steelers don't play this week. You suck,
bruh.
Yeah.
Do you?
I got it.
Do you honestly think that the 49ers can beat the Rams right now?
Depending on who play. Hey,
Shut your face.
hey, look, we don't know if it's gonna be Mac Jones or Purdy or
Who? Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mac Jones.
If you're smart, you're playing Mac Jones because Bart Purdy looks like straight garbage back there. But anywho, Villain, talk to me.
No Mac Jones. He's a one-trick pony, one-game pony.
Yeah.
My 5 points
Two-game
Giants +1.5. Give me that one on the hook against the Saints. They win that outright. The 4-point play Vikings -3.5 against the Browns. The rumor is Dylan Gabriel's going to start. Yeah. My 3-point play Bucks +3.5 against Seattle. I think the Bucks are a damn good team. I think Baker just has to stop being Baker sometimes and just let it come to him. But I've seen a lot of good, and you just got to live with the bad. My 2-point play, give me Lions -10.5 against the Bengals. Bengals they're a mess right now. They better go call the Giants for Jameis Winston.
Yes.
And my 1-point play, sorry, Dad, give me the Cowboys -2.5 against the Jets. Jets are horrible. Love you, Dad.
You said the Cowboys -2.5. All right, I ain't mad at it. Coach, talk to me. Where's your head at, big dog?
My 5-point pick is said Cowboys -2.5 versus the Jets. The Jets are just a tie fire. 4-point play. Give me the Ravens. I love me a home dog. Even if it gets my team. Give me the Ravens +1.5 versus the Texans. Look, give me the Raiders +6.5 versus the Colts. The Raiders are scrappy. This is two teams that I actually really love. This should be a really good game. I think the Colts win, but I think they win by like 4. Chargers will bounce back against the Commanders, I believe. So give me Chargers -2.5 versus the Commanders. And number one pick, my 1-point pick, Lions minus 10.5. Double-digit spreads in NFL usually scare me. Not this one because the Bengals are awful.
Here's the funny thing. I thought about messing with that Chargers Commanders game. Because the Chargers offensive line is leaking fluid, and we still don't know if Jaden Daniels is going to be back or not, and Terry McLaurin still has an issue. So that's going to be a fun game to watch. Breaking news, talk to me.
Yeah, so my 5-point play, I'm going Baltimore plus 1.5 at home. As Coach said, I alluded to it earlier. Home dog, they've had a couple tough, rough losses. I think this is a get-right game. I think the team will rally around Cooper Rush. 4-point play, as much as I hate to do it, I like to win. I'm going Rams at home against the Niners. Listen, I love my team, but listen, they can't run the ball. They can't take the ball away. They can't rush the passer. I'm not sure what they can do at this point. I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. But at this point, I just don't see Matt Stafford being under much pressure. I'm going with the Rams minus 6.5. Number 3, I'm going Giants plus 1.5 on the road versus New Orleans. Jackson Dart's a good quarterback. He's proven it. That mobility is going to be key. He's gonna be able to lead them to another victory. And Scadaboo's gonna. This will be the first game that he's close to 100. Uh, Next game, I got Indy minus 6.5 at home. I think Indy showed some legitimacy even to Barry there. They had the Rams on the ropes. Probably should have won that game if not for that late crazy, moon ball to Tutu Atwell. And I thought Jones played incredibly well against a very good defense. Las Vegas is not that. So I think Indy takes care of business at home. They win by double digits. And finally, 1-point play, which is why it's here. But I'm gonna call for a little bit of maybe a little bit of a ruffle here. I've already said I'm not a huge fan of KC, and you know what? To be honest with you, that Jacksonville defense is for real. That they've taken the ball away 3 times in every game this year, and you're going to give me 3.5 at home. I don't believe in Trevor Lawrence. I'll be the first to say that. He is not a good quarterback, but that defense is legit, and I just don't see KC winning in Jacksonville.
And ETN's been running that rock.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is going to be an interesting ball game. I just that game's in Arrowhead.
No, it's in Jacksonville.
It's in
Yep.
Jacksonville. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, that's gonna be a fun one. That's the Monday nighter, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Larry, talk to me. Where'd you head at, big dog?
Man, I'm like everybody else. I haven't deviated away from the plan. I'm picking my 5-point. I'm taking the Lions just because the Bengals stink. They stink like all hell. With my 4-point play, I'm taking a team that stink just about as bad as they do, and y'all have already heard me go on my rant about them. I'm taking the Giants because I think the Saints are, look, Steve, you say money laundering. I don't know what they doing out there, man. They like BFI, the trash people that come and they just, I don't know what they doing. But you find out that these guys are pulling up to the trash place in Bentleys and stuff. Like, I don't know what they got going on.
They're the mattress firm of the NFL.
Yeah, with bed bugs. but
Bed
yeah,
bugs.
they stink like all hell. With my 3-point play, just because I do think that the team is really good. They're a division rival, but I want to take the Seahawks, man. Look, real talk, man. Like Baker's been good, but Baker's doing Baker stuff. He threw that key interception. Like, dude, come on, bro. You looked ready to do and threw it down to him against the Eagles. And I don't know if Bucky Irvin's playing.
Yeah, Bucky Irvin may not play.
Yeah, that's a
Mm-hmm.
big loss against
And
that Seattle.
we know Mike Evans ain't playing.
Yeah, that Seattle
Chris
defense.
Godwin got 2 fingers.
Seattle's a tough place to play for sure.
Yeah.
I love him Buku, but yeah, that they got too many injuries going on with the Bucks. Didn't they lose a lineman too? I think they lost one of their linemen too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he gonna be in some trouble. So I'm taking that. I'm gonna reverse course on y'all. They at home. I think the Jets get their first win. That Cowboys defense, it stinks to all heaven.
Yeah.
Dude, when y'all say, I really, you know what I thought that the Packers did? I don't think that they played for the tie. I just think that they didn't want to play to give the Cowboys the ball back on offense. And I don't think that they would have got the ball back. But if we had college rules in NFL overtime, oh hell yeah! With that bad Cowboys defense, yeah, they would have
that game would still be going on because neither
yes,
defense showed up.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say Green Bay's defense didn't look any better.
No.
But
Yeah,
Any
but
better.
I think
that
but
game
I
would have
think
turned into Monday morning football from Sunday
Right.
night
Yeah.
to Monday
yeah.
morning
It'd been
football.
like it'd been like 72-71.
But I think that Packers defense would eventually held a stand, but that Cowboys defense ain't stopping nobody. That Cowboys defense is like a buying a Steve. You from the H? It's like buying a 40 with a wet paper bag. Dude,
Yeah.
hey, yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be my 2-point play. And then for my 1-point play, I'm with you. Breaking news, man. That Jags, I seen them against the Texans, I seen them against my Niners. That Jags defense is creating a lot of turnovers. Look, ETN, as much hell as they gave him, and they was like, oh, what's called is gonna take his job. The guy they traded to the Eagles, they gonna take his job and all this other stuff. And then they talking about Tutin's gonna take his job, but ETN's been running that rock. Like I say, I think the Jags gonna take it. That's gonna be my 1-point play.
All right, so let me run in the back. You got the Lions at -7.5, Giants at +1.5, Seattle at -3.5, Jets at +2.5, and the Jacksonville Jaguars at +3.5.
Let's do that.
And
Amazing.
one thing I'll say too. The Colts are. Everybody wants to say that they're for real, and I think they are a good football team. But the thing that's going to kill them is the fact that even despite everything that happened in that game, they had a chance to win the game with Daniel Jones as quarterback. And what does Daniel Jones do?
Wait. But that dude, I forgot. What was it?
That's what he does.
Mitchell, he did like you don't score until you score. You remember?
But no, that's what I'm saying. Despite that,
score.
if you're a good quarterback, you had the chance to go down, drive the ball, and win the game. You could have.
Yeah, but he can't control somebody like literally.
No. But
the ball.
Listen to me, Larry. Despite that play, which was boneheaded, he still had a chance to drive down the field. They've been running up and down the field all year. Win the game. What does he do? He throws a pick.
We know how much you don't like Daniel Jones. But
no, it's not even about.
I mean, but that was a bad pick. That was a real bad pick.
That's what I've seen for 6, 7 years. That's what I've seen. It is not hate on him. It's just that's who he is. That's who he is.
The bit of I watched it of those games, and I caught a lot of that Rams game, dude. I'm gonna put it like this: they ain't going to the Super Bowl. I don't put them as a contender. But the reason why they winning games, it ain't because of Daniel Jones, it's because the defense and Jonathan Taylor been looking like old Jonathan Taylor. He been running that rock, bro.
Yeah.
So it ain't Daniel Jones is not the reason why they winning. He's just not the fault at right now. That's it.
Right.
So with that being said, gentlemen, I'm gonna get you guys out of here, man. We got a lot. We covered a lot, man. We got a lot more to do really on this week. Breaking news, you know what to do, man. Get us out of here, big dog.
All right, man. I'm gonna get out of here hyping up Daniel Jones, man, since everybody else hates him. Just remember right now, Colts number 4 in the NFL in passing offense. So he's doing something right. Peace. See you boys next week.
Big dog, appreciate you. Yeah, man. This ain't the Daniel Jones hate bragging. I mean, villain just, PTSD, man. I get it. I get it. Coach, you know what to do, man. Get us out of here, big dog.
All right, man. Y'all know where we at. We're on Spotify. We're on Facebook. We're on X. On TikTok. Download TikTok. Make sure you following us. Doing some great things over there on TikTok. Guys, I just want to say this real quick on my way out. To the WNBA powers that be, give those women what they want. Stop being stupid. The women's game is more popular than it's ever been. And if you have not seen the feature Collier literally take a gas can and match to the WNBA commissioner, it was fantastic. I don't think I've ever seen an active player take on like the front office of a league like that. It was well said, it was well put together, and it was fantastic. So, hey, man, y'all know how I do. God is good.
All the time.
Make sure y'all drink y'all water, stay hydrated, and of course, get them dubs up. Wu-Tang is for the children. Peace.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, big dog, man. Hopefully we see him tomorrow, man. Larry, you know what to do. Get us out of here, big dog.
Man, I'll just echo what Steve say, man. If you see the show, follow the show. If you see us on whatever, follow us, man. You know, and if you're on YouTube, you subscribe to us. That way you get all the content we got pushing out. Like I say, we keep trying to keep this momentum going. I know I'm gonna say always a pleasure. And who Mac Jones?
Who? Mac Jones?
Mac
Hey,
Jones.
big dog. See you, man. Appreciate you coming by, kicking with us, man. Villain, you know what to do, man. Get us out of here, big dog.
Yeah, man. Listen to the shows. You can catch us on Spotify. All the old shows and the new shows coming out. If you don't want to watch us live, we got the show tomorrow, talking to WWE, and we got big things in store. A lot of content throughout the week. Give us a follow, give us a like, give us a plug. I'm good, man.
Hey,
Daniel
big
Jones is
dog.
still not a good quarterback. I don't
Okay.
care.
Okay. Yo, man, it's your boy Sirius repping that 412 and the 703, man. Such a privilege and absolute pleasure doing this show with these gentlemen. As he alluded to, man, tomorrow we will be talking WWE, man, prepping and getting ready for the PLE that's going to be overseas. I forgot the name of it; it just escaped me. But we got a lot to talk about, man. We got some big things on tap on our WWE side of things, man. Looking forward to sharing that with you guys later on this year. I always close out my shows like this, man. God is good, even though sometimes people aren't, man. God bless. Catch you on the next one. Peace.